All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Hong Kong. And we've got a very interesting match. Now, we know on the women's side, they don't have a WTA Next Gen Finals. But if they did, this match would be one of the most anticipated ones. Because both these ladies, of course, have had very good seasons. Mboko obviously has won a 1,000 event. Eala, she had that amazing run in Miami. So both have had breakout years. Both in the top 100. And multiple, massive wins as well this year as well for both ladies. But they've only played once. And that was in juniors. In the US Open semifinals back in 2022. Eala wins, straight sets, makes the final, and wins the title. So this is interesting. Two of the, like I said, next-gen players. If I have a look at the rankings, the players that are under 21 that would have qualified for the next-gen finals, Mboko is the third best player under 21, and Eala is the sixth best player under 21. So this would have been a group stage match, or maybe even a semi-final or final of that. So that is where that is what this kind of feels like. Obviously, Maya Joint is also in this draw, which she could also play one of these ladies in this tournament, and we could call that the next gen unofficial next gen finals final or whatever you want to call it. But this is going to be interesting. Also, by the way, Norrie is versus Vachereau. That match takes 4 hours. If that doesn't take 4 hours, if it's over an hour and a half, I'd be shocked. But yeah, plenty to do today. We've got a big day in Paris as well. So after this, we'll go to Paris and see what happens. Winner of this, by the way, will play Kalinskaya tomorrow. So it doesn't get any easier. Fernandez is also in this part of the draw, in this half of the draw. Bencic and Joint are up the top half. Yeah, so it's like we saw this a few weeks back. Even though there's a lot of players who pulled out of this tournament, it was always looking pretty stacked. So yeah, over in Paris, by the way, you got Fritz versus Bublik. We've got Shelton versus Rublev. We've got Sinner versus Cerundolo, which we are going to watch. Fokina versus Zverev. So plenty going on. And also apparently Fritz, with Musetti losing, Fritz qualified for the ATP finals, but I don't know if that's official or not. But this feels like a 500. I know, right? It feels like a 500 for sure. And it could have been even crazier because there was players like Osaka, Raducanu were supposed to be here as well. So yeah, it could have been even crazier. But still pretty crazy. Why is it taking so long? Because it starts in 10 minutes. And that is why. And it starts in 10. Yeah, 3 spots left. Yeah. Well, FAA's got a chance to take Musetti out if he keeps running. I think Shelton and Demonor should qualify by the end of the week. But FAA, I mean, it depends on FAA and Medvedev, I think. Medvedev and Felix do have a run, then maybe it changes. But our boy Fonz got beaten. Yeah. Yeah, he put up a fight, though. I mean, it wasn't easy. 3-setter. But, yeah, unfortunately went down. I was so tired. I passed out after the Sinner match. I woke up and I was like, oh, bummer. But he got a set, so, not a bad way to finish the season with a title and a couple of 3-setters. Watching from the Philippines. What's up? How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Let's see how these two players look. Because Eala did have strapping on the leg in her first match against Bolter. So that's who Eala beat. We watched her the other day. And on Mboko, she took out Gibson in a 3-setter. Wasn't easy for Mboko to get the first round win. So let's see if there's any fatigue. Also, it looks super humid. Oh, pardon me. I've been watching bits of it this week, and the players just drenched in sweat in the post-match interview. So I think, the conditions are super hot. By the way, Mboko hit 19 aces in her first round match, but 9 double faults, which is crazy. 19 aces, that's huge. But 9 double faults, which is not ideal. So that will be interesting. Yeah, winner plays Kalinskaya. Did you hear what Bublik said about Mute? Yeah, it was hilarious. who doesn't love Bublik for that? He's so real. That was so funny. Upset about Fonz? Yeah, look, it was a great year. I don't think. I mean, he lost to a nearly top 10 guy, right? I mean, Hashanov is like number 12 or 11 or 12 in the world, so can't be mad. Let me check. Is Fonzie playing next week? I'd love to see if he's playing Greece with Djokovic. That'd be fun. Is he playing Athens? Yes. Ooh. So he's playing Athens with Djokovic, and they could play in a quarterfinal if the draw plays out. That's fun. That would be awesome. Imagine finishing the year off with Djokovic Fonseca as a match. That would be awesome. If we got a Fonseca Djokovic match next week, like if it's a quarterfinal or a final or a semifinal, like I'm in. That'd be an awesome way to finish the year. That'd be such a crazy way to finish. Bublik's such a character. Tennis needs him. Oh yeah. Nolly's brother said there was a surprise wild card for Greece. Could be Carlos. Nah, it couldn't be Carlos. Alcaraz playing in Greece would be like so unnecessary. Anyone who's qualified for the ATP finals, besides Djokovic, who doesn't know if he's going to play, that'd be so crazy for Carlos to go play that. He doesn't need the form. Like, yeah, okay, he lost this week, but playing out in Athens, I don't think it will do any. Why would he play in Athens and then go play in Turin? That's crazy. That's too much. If he doesn't like the schedule being so long, then he shouldn't play it. Because that sends the wrong message. I think the surprise wild card is probably going to be Casper Ruud. Because Ruud, I think, is still in the running for the ATP finals. And he, not that he can. Well, is he though? Maybe he's not. Yeah, I would say it's probably someone like Ruud, or maybe Medvedev, someone who actually needs to play. Maybe Musetti, because now Musetti might need to play. So maybe Musetti plays. Again, I don't know if the rankings is it like the ladies where the rankings it depends on Monday's rankings, or do they have an extra week? Like, remember how this week doesn't count, really? Is that the same as next week, or is next week actually relevant? Mehdi's still in Paris? I know that, but if he doesn't win Paris, or doesn't play... If he doesn't win Paris, and he needs to play someone else... FAA is playing next week, which is a bit of a surprise. But yes, Medvedev... Yeah, even if Ruud played Greece next week, it wouldn't make a difference. But Medvedev might have to play... Yeah, Medvedev... Okay, so... There's 4 players outside the top 8 that are still could still qualify, right? So you've got FAA, who's not that far behind Musetti, Medvedev, Fokina, and Bublik. So it'll be one of them who gets it'll be either Musetti, Medvedev, Fokina, or Bublik. And I would guess that it's probably going to be Musetti because Musetti's the one who probably needs to play. And he's not playing next week, Musetti. So, because if FAA overtakes him, then Musetti has to play next week to qualify. So it has to be Musetti. It wouldn't be Alcaraz because he's already qualified, and that'd be crazy for him to try to play an extra week for what? He doesn't need form. He's made back to the final every time almost this year. All right. Ruud made the semis last year in ATP finals, so that's probably a lot of points gone. Yeah, but he can't qualify. So even if he plays next week and wins, he won't qualify. He doesn't have enough points. But there are still 4 guys that, it wouldn't be Alcaraz. Surprise wild card is probably Musetti. Because Musetti might just need the points. Because Felix is playing next week as well. So if they're battling it out for number 8 spot, then that makes sense, right? That's logical. Or maybe it's Tsitsipas. He changed his mind. I don't know. All right. Mboko in 3. Upset. I don't think it's upset, though. I think Mboko's the favourite. I've gone Eala in 3. Just if Mboko hadn't have played a long match in the first round, then maybe I would have lent more on Mboko, but because Mboko had a battle in that first round, I'm thinking she's not a sure thing to win. She's been playing great tennis the last couple of tournaments, but I don't think she is a lock, especially because Eala might have got strapping on her leg, but she's going to fight through these conditions. And she also probably is more used to the Southeast Asia humidity with playing in the Philippines and growing up in the Philippines. Then maybe there's a little bit more. I'm not sure Mboko, have we seen her struggling physically before? I mean, besides when she got injured in Canada. So we'll see. But Mboko is the favourite. Is Djokovic playing ATP finals? Sorry if the question's been asked. He is as of now, but he hasn't withdrawn yet. But he's not. He hasn't said that he's committed to it. He hasn't made up his mind. But he is in the finals if he wants to play. He can play if he wants to. But he hasn't withdrawn, so he is playing at this stage until he officially withdraws. And last year, I think he officially withdrew like around this time last year. He pulled out of Paris and then he went, "Yeah, I'm not playing Turin either." So I don't think it's weird that he's not going to. I mean, he's not going to pull out last minute like the day before, because then like he'll give them a heads up. I'm sure. Probably comes down to next week. If he's physically, if he's struggling next week, he might just be like, not worth it. But I don't know. He's leaving it very late, which makes me think that he's probably going to play. ATP finals start on Sunday week. So when the WTA finals final is on? Hang on, does the WTA finals finish on a Sunday or a Saturday? I'm not sure. When's the final of Riyadh? The 8th. So I finish on Saturday, and then they start on a Sunday. And Mboko served 19 aces in her last game. I know. That's crazy good. All right, here we go. Not many people in the crowd, but they're loud. They are loud for Eala. No surprise. She is very popular worldwide. I have Coco Gauff winning the end of year finals. Yeah, I really don't know. I think I'm most interested to see how Keys goes, because she is so dangerous. If she's healthy and playing well, she could be really fun to watch. But I think my prediction probably rests on if Keys is not playing well, then maybe. Well, then you got Raducanu, Anisimova, and Swiatek, and they're 3 very tricky players. Only 2 can get through. That's going to be tough. Yeah, but maybe Coco. I mean, Coco probably top 3 favorite, right? It's probably Sabalenka's to lose, though. I would say Sabalenka's probably the favorite. Does Sabalenka have wins over everybody in the top 8 this year? I think so, right? Let me have a look. She beat Swiatek at the French. Did she beat Coco this year? I don't know. I don't think so. She beat Anisimova at the US. She's beaten Bagul this year. She's beaten Raducanu. She's beaten Keys this year. She's beaten Palini. I just don't know if she's beaten Coco this year, because they've only played twice, right? I think this year. Or did they only play once this year? They only played. Oh no, didn't she beat Coco in the Madrid final? Right? Yeah, she beat Coco in the Madrid final. So she's the only player that's got a win over every single other player in the draw. So I'm probably going to pick Sabalenka. Because she's the only one who can say that she's beaten everybody this year. Whereas I don't think anybody else has done that. So yeah, I'll go Sabalenka. I'm gonna pick the world number one because that's original. But by this much, I mean, who knows, right? You can make an argument for everyone. It's probably the closest WTA finals ever. I mean, one of the most competitive ever, right? Keys being informed in the WTA finals will make it interesting. Oh yeah, if Keys is playing well, then that's gonna be even crazier. I think Coco's beaten everyone as well. No, because Gauff hasn't played Raducanu this year, but she's beaten everybody else. Oh wait, has she beaten Anisimova this year? I don't think she's beaten Anisimova, but she won't have to play Anisimova until the semis. But she hasn't played Raducanu since 2022, so yeah, I think her and Anisimova only played once, right, this year. All right. Vacheroy, do you not like this player? He's fine. Why? Why would I not like Vacheroy? By the way, Nori Vacheroy playing the first set at the moment. Yeah, it was Beijing. That was the only time they played, right? They're warming up. Eala still has the strapping on the leg. On her right leg. That she had in the first match. It didn't seem to make any difference. It didn't seem like it was a problem. It just seemed like it was there for... because she must be feeling some soreness after playing so much tennis this year. I mean, both these ladies have played so much. Mboko, yeah, she broke out after Wimbledon, but before Wimbledon, she was winning all these challenger events. I mean, she was kicking ass on Mboko at the start of the season in the shadows when nobody else was really, everybody was focusing on the 1000s and the 500, the Grand Slams, and Mboko was just cleaning up on the challenger circuit before that breakout. So, yeah, she might be this player that we're all like, wow, this player's amazing. But she was amazing well before she broke out on the main. She was cleaning up titles, and she's only 19 as well. Bit glitchy on your end. Just maybe refresh the app. Why don't you do live matches? What are we talking about? This is live. We're watching this. What are you asking me weird questions for? Why don't you like Vacheroy? Why don't you do live matches? What? I don't understand. Why are you asking me these questions? What are these questions? Mboko diving for a ball at 5-1 against Osaka was my favorite moment of the year. Nice. Yeah, that match was crazy. And Mboko started the year as 300 in the world. Yeah. Incredible run. She's got to be the best, rookie of the year for sure, right? Got to be rookie of the year. She's got to be the rookie of the year. Would you rank Sabalenka's 2025 season over her 2024 season if she wins, or is 2025 already better? No, I think last year was better. 2 slams in a year is better than 1 slam. I think last year was better. What was she like on the How was she doing on the 1000s? At the 1000s, let me check. I know she made 3 finals this year, but last year she won two slams. What did she do last year? So last year she didn't play Wimbledon because she got injured. She made the quarterfinals of the French as well. At the 1000s, last year she won. She made 4 finals, won 2. This year she made 3 finals and won 2. And I mean, the Indian Wells final, she probably shouldn't have lost that. Yeah, I would say this year's been better. So last year was better. Even though this year she's been better at slams. But I mean, last year she won 2 out of 3 slams she played, and she only lost 1 match at a slam. So I mean, that's better percentage anyway. Last year she won 4 titles in 7 finals from 17 tournaments, and if she wins the WTA finals, maybe I'll change my mind. But for now, I think last year was better. I'll go with last year was better. Because she didn't get to play Wimbledon. Like, that would have been a huge difference had she played last year. And that could have been, she could have won 3 slams in a year. So I'll go last year. Last year was better. Anyways, if she wins the WTA finals, then I'll say 2025 was a better season. Who's winning this match, chat? Who you got winning this match? Also, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. We're almost at 200 likes. I've got Eala in 3. I think she'll outlast Mboko, but I also don't think this is going to be easy at all for either player. As Eala serves a fault second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Mboko. Forehand from Eala. It's long and it's love 15. The first point of the match goes to Mboko. All right, 15. Love 15. So love 30. Mboko hits a backhand winner. All right, love 30. Love 30. As Eala serves an ace. And it's 15-30. 15-30. Eala serves again. A fault. Second serve. As a return from Mboko is a winner. 15-40. Huge return winner. Mboko is she going to be like top 10 end of the next year? This time next year, is she playing WTA finals? As that goes wide on the return, 30-40. Like, in 12 months' time, is Mboko going to play the ATP? Is she going to be in the ATP finals? The way she's gone about it this year, I mean, she just needs a slam run and she might get there. She has a hell of a game. Anyways, backhand from Mboko into the backhand of Eala. Mboko forehand. Into the backhand of Eala is Mboko backhand again. The backhand of Eala is Mboko again to the back. Forehand of Eala into the backhand of Mboko. Off the tape goes in. And Eala gets it. Then Mboko with a pass in the net. Oh, Eala survives. Good hustle. Deuce. She already has a 1,000 title. Yeah. She won't be in the ATP finals? No, she won't be in that. But she could be in the WTA finals. All right, Eala fired up. And we get the deuce. Seven to the backhand of Mboko. Backhand out from Eala into the front of Mboko. Mboko in the net. Eala gets an advantage. It could be like Mirra this year. Close to top 10, close to WTA finals. Yeah. All right, advantage Eala. To take the first game of the match. As the backhand goes in the forehand of Eala, backhand Mboko in the net. 1-love Eala. It's 3 net shots from netted shots, I should say, from Mboko. It was a bit sloppy. But Eala gets the first game 1-love. What's going on with Vachereau and Norrie? 5-all. Okay. 5-5. All right, 1-love Eala. Hey, what's up, Belinda? How you doing? Eala defeated Mboko in juniors. Yep. In the 2022 US Open juniors semi-final, she won in straight sets. Vachereau can't cope with the lefty serve, although he is doing well to hold his own serve. Okay. Depends on the health, but she could be close to WTA finals next year. Yeah, I think that'll be the... Yeah, exactly. Mboko's fitness will be the... I mean, she plays a lot. She played a lot of tennis this year, though. You know, like I said, most of her matches have been, you know, in the lower ranked tournaments, but she has played a lot of tennis this year. So I think her fitness is there. Just that the injury over the last couple of months, those injuries have been a little bit of an issue. But she hasn't been like that all year. Like, you know, she started the year off very strong, and she... we'll go through on Mboko's season because it's been... Everyone talks about the one the Canadian Open, but she's done way more than just that. Love 15 as Eala goes to the backhand of Mboko, forehand from Eala. Mboko sliced in the net. Love 30. Love 30. Nice hitting from Eala. Love 30. There's a bit of a fault from Mboko, second serve. As it goes in the net, the return from Eala, 15-30. All right, 15-30. We had a fault, second serve. Serving to the back of Eala. Return goes in. Mboko gets it back. Eala forehand cross-court winner. 15-40. Strong start by Eala on returns. Hey, Rain, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. All right. 15-40. Oh, 15-40. Break points for Eala. All right, 15-40. As Mboko serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the back end of Eala. She hits a return winner. 2-love. Eala breaks. And Eala's having a chat to the umpire. I don't know what that's about. But Eala was just having a chat to the umpire about something. Anyways, 2-love. Eala breaks to start the match. So Mboko started the year off ridiculously. She won 4 titles in her first 4 matches. Now, she didn't go to Australia. This is all in outside of Australia. She didn't play the Australian Open. She didn't play anything else, right? All the way up to when she played Miami. So was her first WTA event. So she played the ITF World Tour, so below the challenger level. So she won an event in a W35, back-to-back W35s, and then a W75, and then she won another 35, and then she lost a match in the first round of a 50, but then she came back and she won a tournament, W75 again. So, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 titles in 6 events to start the year. Crazy start to the year. And then she won first round in Miami and then lost to Badosa second round, who was number 11 at the world. She lost in a tiebreak in the third. And then she went back to the challengers. She played a little bit of clay tennis. She did win. She made a final of a clay event as well. And then had a massive run through the French. She made through the qualies. And then she got to the third round, lost to Zhang. Then she went to Wimbledon, again through the qualies. Got to the second round, lost to Baptiste. And then she lost to Raducanu in Washington. And, of course, then she won Canada. So, yeah, her start to the year, when we're all watching, Indian Wells and Australian Open and Doha and Dubai and all those tournaments on the WTA side, we're all watching those. Mboko is hanging around playing in the small events in the middle of nowhere, winning a lot of matches. That's why her record this year has been 54 wins, 14 losses, which is rivaling some of the WTA finalists. Some of the players there have won over 50 matches. And she has a better record than some of them, which is kind of crazy this year. But, yeah, her start to the year was insane. So, yeah, she started the year off. She started the year off 25 wins, 1 loss, which is madness. Yeah, she was 25-1 when she went to Miami in March. Crazy start. 30-all. As the other serves a fault, second serve. As with a second serve from Eala. Into the back of Mboko. Off the tape to the front of Eala. Mboko slice. Goes long. And it's 40-30. Eala's just playing more aggressive right now than Mboko. Mboko just not able to dictate points. She's having to do a lot of running. $40-30. Eala serves again. Into the front of Mboko. Return goes wide. And Eala, strong start. 3-love. $3-0. By the way, chat, we're almost at 300 likes. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. We've still got massive weeks left of tennis. We've got WTA Finals next week and then the ATP Finals and then a little bit of Davis Cup to end the year. So a big grand finale to the season. So somebody asked about rankings. So Mboko right now, if she wins, she'll be number 20 in the world. If she loses, she'll be number 20 in the world, unless Fernandez wins the tournament and kicks her out of the top 20. But Mboko should end the year at number 20. Eala, if she wins today, she'll be top 50. She'll be number 50 no matter what happens today. But if she wins the tournament, Eala, she will go as high as 36, which means going into the Australian Open, next year, if she has a good start to next year, she could be seeded in Melbourne. There's a possibility, but she has to win this title. Mboko, if she wins this title, she will go to number 18 in the world at her peak. So yeah, so both are already career high rankings at this stage. Unless the players behind them go on and win this title, but right now, as it stands, they are at the career high rankings, 50 and 20. All right. 3-0. A lot of errors coming from Mboko to start this match, by the way. She is missing a lot of shots. She's not serving great like she was yesterday. Or the other day. Good serve that time. 15-love. I think, yeah, winner of this place, Kalinskaya, who has been really good this week. Really dangerous. There's been a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As Mboko goes to the back of Eala. Eala hits it wide. 30. Love. Love. Serving to the forehand of Eala. Return goes back to Mboko. Mboko cross-court winner. 40 love. Hopefully Mboko does not get over her experience in the juniors if she manages to get back. Yeah. All right. 40 love. As Mboko serves. A let. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Eala. Eala hits it out. And Mboko on the board. 3-1 Eala with the break. All right. By the way, chat, Medvedev said something really interesting about the court speed. He said that the court speed this year was no different to previous years, except for last year, which was the crazy speed, which is interesting. And he's not totally wrong, because when he won Paris in 2020, when did he win Paris? Didn't he win Paris? I swear he won Paris. In 2020, right? The courts in Paris between 2020 and 2022 were about the same speeds as they are, a little bit quicker than they were this year. In 2021 and 22, apparently the court speeds were about a 37 to 35 this year. But then in the last 2 years, they've been a lot faster, right? When Djokovic won in 23 and last year with Zverev winning, it was much higher. And then back in 2017 and 18, it was also, sort of a medium-paced court, which is interesting. So, I mean, the average court speed over the last decade in Paris apparently has been about a 36. So, it's just that I think the thing with the court speed, I think we're all just kind of like surprised how it's gone from like super fast to super slow. Not so much that it's been like that it is slow. It's how different it is from last year, right? Same with Shanghai, right? Shanghai changing it completely, like in one. It's not like it gradually got faster or slower. It just like was like bang, bang. And you're like, what the hell? But it has been, Medi's right. It has been this slow before. Paris hasn't always been super fast. But last year it was, and the year before it was pretty quick. It's just that the last 2 seasons we've been used to seeing a fast Paris, and this year it's like gone back to what it was, or what it had been at the start of the 2020s. I love 30. As the return goes into the forehand of Eala, forehand from Mboko. As Eala forehand cross court and Mboko backhand slice. Eala comes in with a smash and hits a forehand, but Mboko with a slice, and then Eala volleys it away. 15-30. And Mboko just practicing forehands to see what she needs to do next time. Norrie's getting booed. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Because he lost the first set, maybe. All right, 15-30. They booed Fokina quite loudly. Yeah, Fokina handled that like a boss, though. When he went like this. Yeah. I love that. You get booed because you beat a Frenchman. Like, that's... You get booed for winning. All right, 15-30. There's a backhand return from Mboko in the forehand of Eala. That's a great shot down the line. Slice goes in from Mboko. Eala drop shot is wide. 15-40. 15-40. Mboko to get back on serve. Are you the actor from The Kingsman? Yes. All right, 30-40. Sorry, 15-40. Serve. Into the forehand of Mboko. Return goes forehand of Eala. Mboko backhand. Into the forehand of Eala on the stretch. Mboko backhand down the line. That's a great shot. We're back on serve. Great hitting from Mboko. 3-2. The crowd didn't appreciate Norrie's shout of LA. Oh, really? Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. He spoke French, and they're gonna get him for that. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Maybe he did it. Maybe they thought that he was mocking the crowd or something. Maybe they thought he was doing it. Maybe he did do it to mock them. Mboko could win this, I feel. Okay. All right. Back on serve, 3-all. Back on serve. Okay. Most of Gauff rise early was media generated. Mboko is all doing it on her own. Maybe. It's not that Eala is inconsistent. Both are great players. I agree. Just to put into some context, right? If Eala does win this match, it'll be one of her biggest wins of the year. By ranking, right? She has beaten some top 10 players, but if she does beat Mboko, it'll be her biggest win since beating since beating Towson at the US Open. But it will be, like, she's had 5 top 20 wins. Sorry, 4. Because she didn't beat Badosa. That was a walkover. But she had 4 top 20 wins, and Mboko is 21 in the world. So that would count as her 5th best win of the year. And of all time. So if she does get there, that's just to put it into a little bit of context. If she does win this match, Eala, it's going to be one of her best wins of the year by ranking. She of course lost to Pegula, Swiatek, and Krejcikova in 3 sets. So she's actually got a really positive record against top 25 players. In fact, top 25, she's 6 wins and 3 losses against top 25. Eala, 6-3. That's crazy. Against top 25. That's crazy. As Mboko on the net, 15-0. That's crazy. And the 3 losses have all been close, like 3 setters. That's a crazy... That's crazy, you know? All right. 15-all. There's a bit of forehand rally. Sorry, forehand backhand rally. Eala's backhand, and then Mboko hits a winner down the line, 30-15. Sorry, not 6-3. If she wins this match, it'll be 6-3. It's 5-3 against top 25. If she wins this match, it'll be 6-3, which is incredible. All right, 30-15. And Mboko serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return gets back into Mboko. Forehand from Eala. Again, the backhand of Mboko is Eala forehand. Again to the backhand of Eala. Mboko goes to the backhand again of Eala. As Eala down the line, Mboko's got a backhand cross court. Eala forehand again is long. And it's 40-15. 40-15. As the return goes out by Eala. 3-3. We're back on serve. All right. 3-all. We're back level. All right, back to Eala. Serving to the backhand of Mboko. Forehand from Eala. Again, the backhand of Mboko. Into the forehand of Eala is Mboko backhand again. Eala goes down the line. Mboko's there with the forehand on the stretch. Eala backhand off the tape. Goes in. And then Mboko hits it long. And it's 15-love. Eala got a little lucky off the tape there. All right. 15-love. Serving to the back of Mboko. Great return. Eala puts up a lob. Goes in. There's a bit of forehand from Mboko to the back of Eala. Mboko forehand again goes down the line. Eala with a forehand to the back of Mboko. And Mboko to wide. Good hustle by Eala. 30-love. Chen won the first set against Fruhvirtova. Nice. All right, 30-love. As Eala serves again. Serving the backhand slice of Mboko. Backhand from Eala. Goes wide. It was a good body serve by Eala. It just... Mboko just got it back. $30-15. As Eala serves again. And Mboko in the net in the return. Again, nice body serve by Eala. 40-15. $40-15. Eala serves again. Into the back of Mboko. Forehand from Eala. To the backhand of Mboko is Eala forehand again. The back of Mboko. Eala forehand on the stretch. Mboko inside out forehand winner. That was a good play. 40-30. How's Eala look physically? Right now, fine. Besides the strapping on the leg, which I think is more just precautionary, she doesn't seem to be affected by that. Like, there's no limping. There's no... Doesn't seem like it's an issue. 40-30. As Eala serves. A fault. Second serve. As the backhand return goes wide, Eala stays in front. 4-3. 4-3. Eala leads. It's been very competitive. All right. 4-3 Eala. By the way, I don't know if these chairs are just super, super big. But Eala's sitting in the chair. Maybe they're just like super like deep. Because you know when you're sitting in like a deep chair and your legs kind of like, you can't touch the ground? She can't touch the ground. The chair looks massive. But she's probably, I don't think she's not short, I don't think. I think Eala's sort of same height as sort of Swiatek, right? But the chair just must be like really like high. It looks weird. All right. Come on, Alex, take first set, 40-30, go. Yeah, she'll try and break now, and then she'll serve for the match set if she wins. She does get the break. Let's see how her return game goes in this one. All right. Four, 3 Eala. She's listed at 5'9". Yeah. So that's the same as Swiatek, right? Will Eala move in the world rankings if she wins? Yes. She'll be number 50 in the world if she wins. Anyways, Mboko to serve. 4-3 Eala. And Eala talking to the umpire. What's Eala asking about now? I have no idea what the umpire's talking. Who the umpire's talking to? Is the umpire talking to Lions people? what the hell? I don't even know what happened. 4-3, sorry. As Mboko serves. Into the front of Eala. Backhand from Mboko. Eala with the slice. Goes long. 15 love. I think the umpire maybe was talking to the crowd. I think maybe there's people in the crowd that are getting a little too loud. Maybe. 15 love. As Mboko serves a fault. Second serve. As the return goes out by Eala, 30 love. The official is 5'9". Yeah, but you wonder if maybe, because you know how like I wonder, not that it matters, but I wonder if the players, when they get measured, are wearing shoes. Because that adds height, right? If you're wearing shoes. Also, I know that some players, the heights from when they were like 17. And then when they get to 20, clearly they're taller. But they haven't updated it. But again, I mean, it only matters if it's like, oh, someone on the men's side is like 6 foot tall at 20, or at 16, and then at 20, he's 6'6", right? That's the only time that it would make a difference. If they've like grown so much since being a teenager. But on the women's side, I don't think it matters. If she's 5'9" or 5'8". Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. Look at Paolini, right? Paolini's proof of that. She's made the WTA finals back-to-back years. She's the shortest player on tour. 40-15. Is it a backhand from Mboko on the net? 40-30. 40-30. Mboko to level this first set again. All right. As Eala hits a nice shot, it's deuce. We get the deuce. Serve. Into the front of Eala. Return is wide. Great serve. Mboko advantage. Mboko has got one of the best serves. I mean, she is... Where is she? I mean, she hasn't played that much on the WTA. Like, she's played like half a year on the WTA pretty much. But her ace count must be pretty high for those limited matches on the WTA. Because she seems to just have an absolute cannon. I mean, she served 19 aces in her first round. That's huge. In a match, like nearly 20 aces in a match. Crazy. And Mboko served... Oh, apparently only served 88 aces in 21 matches. Nah, that can't be right. She has served a lot of double faults. But I wonder what... It doesn't count the ITF matches, but I wonder how many aces this year she's hit. She must have hit at least 200. And she hits a 4-1 winner down the line from Mboko. Beautiful shot. Advantage on Mboko. Yeah, 88's too low. She's definitely hit more than that. Because I guess qualifying matches don't count, and also ITF events don't count. So in the WTA she has, in the main draw WTA, but yeah. She would have hit like at least 250 aces this year, I would have thought. Or maybe 200 aces this year. In all competitions. All right, return goes in the forehand of Mboko. Eala forehand to the backhand of Mboko as Eala forehand again, the backhand of Mboko. Eala on the stretch for the forehand. Mboko slicing the open court. Eala gets up with the backhand cross court, and then Mboko down the line forehand winner. No! Eala gets a lob. It goes in. And then Mboko straight to the forehand of Eala. Backhand from Mboko goes wide! What a rally! And Mboko, I think she's saying to the umpire, this crowd's getting a little crazy. This crowd's yelling between points, like between shots. Let's stop that happening. Great hustle by Eala. Yeah, I think Mboko was talking to the umpire straight after that. I think it was because people were yapping mid-point. Great hustle by Eala. All right, deuce. That's what makes this match so interesting, because the power of Mboko and the defense of Eala. I mean, it's a great contrast. All right, first serve is a fault. Serve out wide is an ace? No. Double fault, all right. Advantage Eala. Advantage Eala. As Mboko serves out wide the forehand of Eala. Return goes to the back of Mboko. Eala with the backhand on the stretch. Mboko backhand down the middle. Eala forehand. Into the backhand of Mboko as Eala with the slice forehand down the line. Mboko gets it back with a slice, but it's long! And Mboko's not happy. She thought the ball was out by Eala, but she didn't challenge. And Eala breaks. She's going to serve for the set, 5-3. That was not a bad game by Mboko. She did serve okay. Only the one double fault, but just a couple of, I think, maybe decision-making errors that allowed Eala to stay in the game to break. All right, Eala's going to serve for the set. Serving to the back of Mboko. Return goes to the front of Eala. That's a great shot. Great shot from Eala. 15-love. Beautiful forehand winner. $15-love. Then an ace from Eala. 30-love. $30-love. Serve again from Eala. As we had a fault from Eala. Second serve. As Mboko returns the front of Eala. Eala hits it wide. And it's 30-15. $30-15. All right, 30-15. Serving the back of Mboko. Return goes out, 40-15. Eala to take the first set. 40-15. $40-15. As Eala says fault. Second serve. As the return goes out, there's the first set. 6-3. Weird set. It was 3 games, 3 games, 3 games. So if you win 1 game in a row, you win 3. All right, first set in the bag, 6-3. But Mboko will be serving first in the second, so let's see if she... let's see how she does in the second set. And the winner plays Kalinskaya. I don't think either of these ladies have played Kalinskaya. I mean, maybe maybe Mboko has. Recently, I can't remember. Kalinskaya has breezed through her matches, by the way. Let me have a look. Because I know Eala hasn't played Kalinskaya. WTA website is so frustrating. It is so frustrating. So they've never played. So it'll be a first time meeting between all of those players. Is it an advantage to serve first? If you hold serve, it definitely helps. I hope Eala can maintain the second set because we know if Eala lost, Mboko lost the first set, she'll come back stronger. Well, we'll see. Start of the second set's going to be crucial for both. But 6-3 in 40 minutes. So that wasn't a long first set, which is good. So if there's anyone struggling physically, then, well, they shouldn't be because physically it wasn't that of a taxing of a set. All right. As Mboko comes in and puts away the winner. 15 love. Are you in the US or the UK? I'm in Australia. All right, serve. Into the back of Eala, forehand now from Mboko. Into the back of Eala is Mboko forehand on the stretch. Eala gets it, but hits it long on the forehand. And it's 30 love. $30 love. As that goes out by Eala, and it's 40 love. $40 love. As Mboko serves a fault, second serve. All right. As with a forehand now from Eala. As we're backhand out of the forehand of Eala. Into the forehand of Mboko. And Mboko puts it away. And it's 1 love Mboko in the second. Okay. Alex does better than players above her, but tends to lose to players below her. Where'd you get that from? Sounds like a made-up stat. I don't think that's true. I think she does better against players above her than below. Otherwise, she wouldn't be in the top 100. I'm pretty sure her record against players lower ranked than her is really good. 10-9 against players above her. 28-15 against players below her ranking. So, I mean, she has lost the last couple of tournaments. She's lost to players below her. Uchiyama, or Golubic, Uchiyama, Valentova, and Liu. But before those losses, she was 27-11 against players lower ranked. So, maybe recently, in the last maybe couple of months, Eala has struggled against players a little bit below her, but some of the players she's lost to that are below her in the rankings used to be higher ranked than her. Like Bolter, for example. She was much higher ranked than her now. She should be. Well, she should have been much higher ranked. She was like top 30, I think, for a bit, or at least pushing towards top 30. 15-0. As the return goes the forehand of Eala, backing up from Mboko. And his Eala forehand goes the backhand of Mboko. Eala forehand down the line. Mboko gets up with a slice. And then Eala backhand winner. Great shot from Eala. 30-15. $30-15. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Into the back of Mboko. To the back of Eala as Mboko forehand to the backhand of Eala, and Eala hits a winner down the line. Eala's playing aggressive now after winning that first set, 4-15. (40-15). As Mboko hits a return long, and it's 1-1. 1-1 in the second. All right, 1-1. As the return goes to the forehand of Eala. Forehand from Mboko. To the back of Eala. As Mboko passing shot. Eala with the volley. Mboko with the lob. And then Eala volley goes wide and long. All right, 15 love. As Mboko serves again. As the return goes in the forehand of Mboko. Forehand from Eala. Again to the forehand of Mboko. As Eala cross-court forehand into the backhand of Mboko. Both ladies hitting the ball so deep. As with a forehand now cross-court in the backhand of Eala on the stretch. Forehand from Mboko goes wide. The defense of Eala is what's winning her this match so far. Like, Mboko is making those errors because Eala just keeps getting it back. 15-0. As Mboko gets a great serve, 30-15. As a return from Eala goes wide, 40-15. Good crowd for a 250 event because there were 200,000 Filipinos in Hong Kong. There you go. 40-15. As we get a return winner from Eala. (40-30). As we return out of the forehand of Mboko. Mboko hits it wide. Another panic shot. And we get to deuce. Mboko making silly errors. That was just a panic. All right, deuce. And then an ace down the tee. Was Eala ready? All right, advantage. Advantage on Mboko. Serving the volley, the slice of Eala and Eala in the net. And it's Mboko. 2-1 in the second. But yeah, Mboko is panicking a little bit in some of these rallies. All right, how are we doing, chat? Oh, where are we watching from? Where are we watching from, chat? I'm in Australia, Melbourne. It's unusually warm today. But apparently the weather's going to get real shitty over next week, so that'll be fun. We've got Sweden in the house. And that is all. One person from Sweden. And Malaysia. There we go. We got... Oh, here we go. Okay, maybe the chat was broken. Philippines, London, Florida, Germany, St. Louis, Toronto, Australia, Perth. We've got New Zealand. We've got Saudi Arabia in the house. Are you going to... Can you go to the WTA finals? Is it close? Barbados in the house. Tokyo, Qatar, Philippines. Malaysia, New York. From Riyadh, nice. Philippines. All right, Eala from the Philippines is serving. She's down 2-1. Serving to the backhand of Mboko. Forehand from Eala. There's Mboko backhand in the front of Eala to the backhand of Mboko. Eala forehand down the line. Mboko puts up a moon ball. Eala gets it back. There's Mboko down the line. Forehand in the net. And again, every time Mboko looks to try and go for a winner, or try and make the play, she makes an error. Like, she's not able to get, her clean hitting, unfortunately. She just had to, she's hit, I feel like she's hit like a lot of errors in the net. $15 as Mboko return the forehand of Eala. Mboko with a forehand to the backhand of Eala. Off the tape into the forehand of Mboko as Eala forehand on the stretch. Goes into the forehand of Mboko. Good defense again from Eala. Now she got on the attack. Mboko backhand. Eala with the drop shot. Mboko's going to get there with a backhand cross court. And then Eala passing shot. Mboko volley in the net. Eala just doesn't want to miss either. I mean, she can't miss. She's panicking, too impatient. Yeah, it does seem like she's... When she has a chance to go for a winner as well, she's panicking because Eala's defense has been so good. And Eala's just not making errors. Like, she's not missing. And Mboko, again, just had a chance to hit a volley and she just kind of panicked. 30 love. Serving to the front of Mboko. Return the front of Eala as Mboko into the backhand of Eala. Good defense again. Mboko forehand into the front of Eala to the backhand of Mboko as Eala forehand again on the stretch. Cross court the backhand of Eala. Mboko. Eala forehand again. Goes long. And it's 30-15. But yeah, Eala's playing super solid. $30-15. So the forehand of Mboko. Good return to the front of Eala. Mboko backhand down the line. Eala gets it with the backhand on the stretch. Then Mboko backhand cross court. Eala gets it. Mboko backhand down the line. Off the tape. Eala's going to come to the net. Mboko pass. Is out? No. In. Out. Somebody It was called out. They can challenge though, right? We know it was out by Mboko. 40-15. Isn't there a you can challenge though, right? They had Hawkeye once. You can't challenge? I swear there was Hawkeye in the Bolter match. What happened? Does Mboko not know this challenge? You can challenge. Anyway, it's 40-15. Backhand slice from Mboko. Goes long. All right, 2-0. I mean, that would have been a challengeable shot for sure. She could have challenged that. Maybe she just didn't realize. All right, 2-0. Eala holds. Two. Yeah, she didn't challenge, but she could have. I'm pretty sure. So it goes out by Eala. And it's 15-love. Vachereau is up 5-3 in the second. Nice. $15-love. Serving to the front of Eala. Return goes long. 30-love. Who can stop Vachereau? Taylor Fritz. 30-love. Return from Eala. Into the front of Mboko as Eala goes again. The front of Mboko. Drop shot Eala. Mboko comes to the net. Puts a forehand down the line for a winner. That was a smarter shot. I think that's what Mboko needs to focus on. Not trying to hit Eala off the court, but just trying to play a little bit smarter. Because if you're going to just bash the ball side to side, that's what Eala does. I mean, she's beaten some of the best players like that. You know, Keys, Ostapenko, even Bolter in the first round, right? She was, the defense of Eala is great against these type of players. So Mboko needs to play a little smarter. That's a great shot down the line backhand. 3-2. All right, 3-2. Mboko holds. All right. What's going on? So what's the schedule looking like in Paris? I know we got Sinner coming up in like 6 hours. FAA comes on, and then you got Fritz. So Shelton Rublev comes on soon too. Interesting. We'll see what we do. Depends on the how the schedule goes. So there's doubles matches on before Shelton. Eala must take this set to win this match, and Mboko is getting stronger as they play. Maybe. All right, 3-2. Yeah, Shelton's match is probably more important than any other match going on because Shelton needs to try and qualify. Plus, Shelton Rublev is a huge match. Shout out from the Philippines. Hey, what's up? 3-2 on Mboko. And Eala serves a fault. Second serve. And the return goes to the backhand of Eala. Forehand Mboko to the forehand of Eala as Mboko slice. Eala forehand again. Mboko puts up a slice again, and then a volley from Eala is good. Mboko puts up a lob. Eala gets it back, and then Mboko backhand straight to Eala, but she hits in the net. That was a good hustle by Mboko that time, love 15. All right, love 15. All right, love 15. There's a default from Eala. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Mboko. Backhand from Eala. Again, the backhand of Mboko is Eala forehand. Again to the backhand of Mboko. Eala backhand goes down the middle and long, and it's love 30. Love 30. Chance for Mboko to get the first break of this second set. Love 30. Serving the backhand of Mboko. Forehand from Eala. There's Mboko slice. Eala comes to the net. Mboko with a pass. Eala with a volley. Oh, it's in! What a volley! Whew. Okay. Mboko hit a decent passing shot too. That was a great volley. 15-30. Big volley as well, because if that goes wide, it's love 40. Crazy volley. Whew. 15-30. That was very impressive volley. 15-30. That doubles practice working. And Eala serves another fault. She's missing a lot of first serves in this game. Second serve. And Mboko backhand return winner. 15-40. Mboko's starting to hit that second serve away. $15.40. And the return goes back into Eala. Mboko backhand lob. Goes wide. Eala saves one. 30-40. $30-40. There's a serve in the back of Mboko. Good return in the back of Eala. Mboko with a pass. Eala with a volley. Oh, it goes wide. All right. Mboko breaks. 4-2. Shakes the fist. 4-2 Mboko. I think she leads for the first time. Well, first time lead with a break in this match. All right. Here we go. Mboko with the lead. Serve down the tee is good. And the backhand winner from Mboko is 15 love. Vachereau wins. Nice. I'll tell you, chat, I'm very intrigued by Vachereau at Indian Wells next year. Because if he's able to perform and win in Shanghai and play well in Paris, I'm really keen to see how he does at Indian Wells, which is the actual, like that's meant to be the slowest in hard court, right? That'd be really interesting. Because if he does do well here in Paris, right, if he does make the final or semifinals, you've got to think that it doesn't matter what he does in the next couple of months. When we go to Indian Wells, we've got to talk about him. We've got to give him a lot of a chance. I mean, like Indian Wells is the slowest hard court of them all, and if he's kind of the king of slow courts, slow hard courts, in this, recently, then maybe we gotta give him an outside chance as the volley from Mboko goes in, and then Eala hits a cross court winner, 15-30. Yeah, on the clay courts too. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, I mean, wonder what his clay court tennis looks like as well. Maybe he can do some damage on the clay. All right, 15-30. Chance for Eala to break straight back. $15-30. As Mboko serves. An ace out wide. That was a huge serve. 30-0. Serve again. As a return from Eala goes into the front of Mboko. Eala backhand. Down the line. Mboko gets with the backhand of her own. Eala backhand to the front of Mboko. Into the front of Eala, who goes down the line. Mboko with a slice. Goes in. Eala forehand again. Straight to Mboko, who hits it in the net. Eala doesn't miss. Mboko, the second you think Mboko's like, oh, she's just rallying, Eala goes for a winner and it just doesn't miss. Like Mboko has to hit. That's why she keeps making errors, because she feels like she has to hit a winner before Eala does, because Eala isn't going to miss. 30-40. To get back on serve. Mboko serves. Into the front of Eala. Return the back of Mboko. Eala backhand. Again, the back of Mboko. As Eala with the forehand. Mboko gets it back. Eala in control. Cross-court forehand. Slice from Mboko goes in. Eala in control again. Goes down the line with the forehand. Mboko's in trouble. Eala backhand. Oh, it goes wide. She went for the angled backhand cross-court off-pace shot, which would have been a very tough shot for Mboko, but she just shanked it wide. But again, it feels like when the rally starts, it's all about Eala. Like Mboko's just we're just waiting for Eala to win the point once the rally starts. Deuce. He's going to serve into the net from Mboko. Second serve. God, Mboko has to get first serves in, it feels like. The second she misses that first serve, it's advantage Eala. Serving to the back end of Eala. Good return. And then Mboko forehand down the line. Eala with a pass. Mboko with the volley. Eala's going to get there. And then Mboko volleys it down the line for a winner. Just got that volley away, Mboko. Advantage Mboko to go to 5-2. I'll tell you, Chad, this match has not disappointed. We were hyping it up as the battle of the next generation players on the WTA, and if it was a next gen finals, these two would play it, and it's living up to that. It's been a very high-level match. As the return goes out, goes in by Eala. Forehand out from Eala again. Slice from Mboko. That's a lob. In comes Eala. She puts it away. Eala's hitting the ball so hard in the second set and rarely missing. Back to deuce. Mboko needs first serves. She has to get first serves. Otherwise, You feel like it when the rally starts, she's not going to win. She's going to lose the point. All right. Return goes out. That's a good first serve. That's what she needs. Okay. Advantage on Mboko. Eala is good at returns. Oh, yeah. Mboko is the type of player that Eala loves to play. We've seen that this year, that she loves to play players that are trying to hit the ball, trying to go for winners. She loves a scrap. Advantage Mboko. Serving to the backhand of Eala. Slice goes into the forward of Mboko. Eala with the backhand on the stretch in the net. And Mboko holds on. 5-2 in the second. FAA is playing Altmaier now. Cool. All right. Five-two. All right. 12th straight wins plus qualies in a row for Vachereau. No, because he lost in Basel to Fritz. All right. Five-two. Oh, at 1,000 level? Yeah. At 1,000 level, yeah. That's true. Okay. 5-2 Mboko in the second. All right. Eala, so much power, doing her best. Let's go, Alex. Yeah. She needs a hold, though, Eala, here, because so far, it's been whoever serves first wins the set. There's a 4 in the net by Eala, 15-0. All right, 15-0. There's Mboko. No. Eala hit a fault. Second serve. There's been a back from Eala. As that goes out by Mboko. $30-15. As a return. Nope, that's another fault. All right, second serve. $30-15. As a return, goes to the backhand of Eala, forehand out from Mboko. As Eala forehand to the backhand of Mboko. Again, the forehand of Eala. As Mboko backhand on the stretch. Eala goes down the middle again with the backhand from Mboko. Into the forehand of Eala. Mboko forehand goes wide, and it's 40-15. These ladies hitting so close to the lines. All right, 40-15. As Eala serves another fault. Now, this is the problem, chat. If Eala's missing first serves going into the final set, and look, maybe it's because we've been playing for an hour and a half and it's pretty tough conditions, or it's hot conditions. Eala needs to get more first serves in the third set if we are going 3. Because her second serve percentage, out of all the serving stats on the screen, besides the double faults from Mboko, the second serve percentage is the thing that is hurting Eala. And if she is missing first serve, because she wasn't missing many, didn't feel like she was missing as many first serves in the first set. Anyways, 40-30. Mboko returns, goes long, and it's 5-3. Eala holds. And Mboko will serve to take us to a third. But yeah, both of these ladies need to serve good in the get first serves into the final set, otherwise it's going to get sketchy. All right, Mboko serving for the second. And Eala did have a chance to break back in the last game, so it might not be over yet. As the return goes in the front of Mboko, and she puts it away. 15-love. Serve again. It's an ace. 30-love. God, Mboko's serve. Her serve is so good. 30-love. Serve out wide the backhand of Eala. Return is in. Nope, it goes wide. Great serve again. 40-love. Mboko to take the second set. And to take us to a third. Good serve out wide. And the return goes in the net. All right. 6-3, second set to Mboko. And her serve in that last game was near flawless. Okay. We're going 3, baby. Hope Alex's stamina is still there in the third. Yeah. I think it will be. Like, I don't think she'll start cramping or anything, but it's more just that how many first serves she gets. She's got to get more first serves in. She's got to get the first serve percentage seemed to drop in that second set. Mboko's, I think, just asking if she can go to the bathroom or what's up. Yeah, Mboko's heading off. All right, but we are going 3. And Eala is serving first in the third. Eala did get a lot, 73% of first serve points or first serves? First serve percentage. Okay. I mean, there was only 3 break points in that set and only 1 break, so both great. The ground strokes, 13 for Mboko, 10 errors, 5 winners and 9 errors from Eala. So the error count for Eala was rising. And again, maybe due to fatigue as this match goes on. So we'll keep an eye on that as the match goes. Winner of this will play against Kalinskaya tomorrow. I think same time tomorrow, maybe. Not sure. We might watch it. We should watch it. I think we should watch. I mean, Mboko, even if Mboko wins, I think watching Kalinskaya versus Mboko or Eala is a pretty banger match. Same time tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, who are the first matches tomorrow? I don't even know. I think Bencic Books show is first, right? Yeah, that's the first match tomorrow. By the way, Altmaier and FAA are about to start. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We're almost at 272.5. So thank you for that. I guess we're trying to get to 300,000 by the end of next year. I think that might be the new goal. Eala's coach hasn't solved the serving problem. This will be seen on the third set. Okay. What's her coach's name? Do you know who her coach is? Or are you just like throwing out a blanket statement like, oh, the coach. Do you know who that is? Do you know who he is? She is? They are? Or are you Googling it right now? Quick, Google it. Eala for the win. Well, she's serving first in the third, which is huge. Every time Eala goes to second set, it will be a curse. Okay. Why were all these people in the first set, though? I feel like all the people that are talking now weren't here at the start of the match. Hard to fix serving problems during the season? Yeah, but I don't even think she has a serving problem. I mean, where? How? What? I mean, she's been broken twice. So has Mboko. No double faults. Pretty decent stats all round. I mean, where's the serving problem? So her second serve gets attacked. On the WTA, a lot of second serves get attacked. A lot of big hitters like to hit return winners off the second serve. It's kind of common. I mean, Swiatek was the same. She was getting attacked on second serves for a while too. It's not uncommon for the returners to attack the second serve in the WTA and, I mean, on the ATP too, but it's harder because on the ATP, I guess their second serve has more kick or is a bit higher, a bit more power. But yeah, I mean, second serve, if you're looking at a second serve is not good, it's like, well, a lot of players have weaker second serves than first serves. The last set will be 6 love Mboko. All right. And what if it's not, though? Like, do we get to hold you accountable for that? Or are you just like, are you just going to just say that and then disappear if Mboko loses a game? I'm just asking. All right. Mboko's back from the bathroom. Just enjoy and relax, people. Exactly. It's been a very high-quality match. And a high-level match. I mean, both a very close match, too, obviously. I guess the real important stat is 3-setters. Who has won more 3-set matches this year between these two? Who's better in the final set between these two? In 2025. So Mboko, when it goes the distance this year, is 12 wins and 4 losses. Hasn't lost a third set match since Wimbledon in the qualies, where she was up a set and she lost in 3. And Eala, in 2025, when she goes the distance, she's 13 wins, 14 losses. She's lost her last 3 3-setters. So you would say advantage on Mboko. She's won her last 4 matches in a row after by going 3 sets. In fact, Mboko's won 7 of her last 8 matches going to a third, and has lost only 1 match on a hard court going 3 sets. So that's another stat. So you would say advantage on Mboko, but it'll come down to Eala and her second serve. All right, here we go. Eala is serving first. Remember, whoever was served first in this match so far has won the set. There's a backhand from Mboko in the net. It's 15-love. $15-love. Yeah, best of 3. As Eala serves again. Into the front of Mboko. Eala forehand to the back of Mboko. Mboko hits it out. 30-love. $30-love. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. There's a double fault from Eala. First one of the match. 30-15. As Eala serves again. Fault. Second serve. Oh, another double fault. Back-to-back double faults, Eala. 30-all. Eala needs first serves. As the backhand return goes into the front of Eala. Backhand out from Mboko. As Eala backhand into the front of Mboko to the front of Eala. As Mboko slice lob. Goes long. All right, Eala 40-30. To take the first game of the final set. $40-30. Serve to the back of Mboko. Final from Eala. Down the line. Great shot. Too good. And Eala holds first game of the third. All right. Eala, 1-love. If Eala advances in the quarterfinals, she'll play Maya Joint. No, she'll play Kalinskaya. Joint's in the other half of the draw. She won't play Joint to the final. All right, 1-0 in the third. Like I said, the player that served first in the set so far has gone on to win the set. All right, Mboko serves in the front of Eala. Backhand on Mboko is a cross-court winner. 15-love. Yeah, winner of this will play Kalinskaya. Why do you never watch Joint? Chat, why do we not watch Maya Joint? There's a backhand down the line from Mboko. Eala backhand as Mboko hits it wide. Sloppy shot, 15-all. 15-all. As Mboko forehand to the forehand of Eala. Mboko forehand cross court. Eala with the backhand down the line. Mboko's there. Eala in control. As with the backhand from Mboko into the forehand of Eala. Again, the backhand of Mboko as Eala forehand down the middle. Mboko back in the rally. Eala forehand again as Mboko backhand. Again, the forehand of Eala on the stretch. Off the tape goes in. And then Mboko backhand winner down the line. That was a clean backhand. 30-15. Because we don't watch Aussies, exactly. Why don't we watch Aussies? It's too stressful. $30-15. As we default, second serve. Seven to the forehand of Eala. Great return winner. 30 all. As return goes in from Eala. And then Mboko puts away the forehand. All right, 40. $40-30. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Eala. Great return. Eala is going after the second serve of Mboko. She knows. Deuce. All right, deuce. As Mboko serves a fault. Second serve. Eala's inside the baseline. Double fault. Eala is attacking the second serve and it's working. That double fault was a massive second serve fault as well. She went for a big serve on Mboko. She was nervous. All right, advantage Eala. To get the break. Good serve out wide from Mboko. And we get back to deuce. See, this is the benefit of serving first as well. If you hold serve, then on the return, you can be a bit more aggressive. And if you lose the game, it's 1-1. If you win the game, it's 2-love. I mean, that's why serving first is so beneficial. And then also the pressure of being down, for Mboko, who serves an ace out wide, being down on the scoreboard and having to serve to level is nerve-wracking. When it's like 1-1 in your serving, it's a little less scary. But when you're down 0-1 or 0, whatever, 3-2-3 or 3-4 or whatever, like having to win to serve, win your serve is a lot more pressure. All right, forehand from Eala into the forehand of Mboko. Eala in the rally. She's going to win it. Backhand slice goes in. No, goes out by Mboko. We're back to deuce. As soon as this rally begins, it's advantage Eala. All right, deuce. As Mboko serves again. Mboko says a fault. 180 serve, but it was called out. Mboko's not impressed. There's no challenge either. Is there? No, you can challenge. It was a fault. So wait, hang on. What is it? Why are we not challenging? If the players aren't what the hell? Anyways, it was a fault. Second serve. Serve out wide the backhand of Eala. Great return. And Mboko forehand down the line is going to be too good. Eala just couldn't get there. Advantage on Mboko. I love it when a match that feels like it's going to be good, it turns out like this. All right, advantage Mboko. As the return goes in the backhand of Mboko. No, that is another fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Mboko, Eala gets the point. Back to deuce. Again, as soon as Mboko misses that first serve, you feel like Eala's going to win the point. Because she's been so aggressive on the returns. All right, back to deuce. As the return goes back into Mboko, forehand from Eala. And Eala goes wide. Oh, man. One of the rare errors in a rally. All right, advantage Mboko to level this final set. All right, advantage Mboko. 7 to the forehand of Eala, back into Mboko. Into the back of Eala as Mboko goes to the forehand of Eala, and Eala hits the winner down the line. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Crazy tennis going on. All right, deuce. As Mboko serves again. Another fault. Second serve. Second serve. And the second serve is out. Double fault again. Advantage Eala. Advantage Eala to get the break. Advantage Eala. As Mboko serves another fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Eala. Return goes short. Mboko slice. Into the forehand of Eala as Mboko forehand again to the backhand of Eala. Mboko's in trouble. Backhand on the stretch. No, Eala hit it long. Deuce. Eala had that was a chance. Deuce. All right, Mboko. Another fault. So many faults. Second serve. And the return from Eala just missed. Again, the second serve returns. Eala is going for it. She is attacking. All right, advantage on Mboko. That's a good serve. Nope, it's scored a fault. Second serve. There's a double fault. This game is so important. Back to deuce. As a return from Eala goes short in the back of Mboko. Mboko gets wide. Advantage Eala. to take this early break. Man, that was a good return. It was a tough return for Mboko to try and get back. Eala hit a good short ball. I don't think she meant to hit it that short. She was just kind of trying to get it back in the court, but it ended up being a really awkward shot for Mboko to get back. She hits another fault, though. Second serve. You know Eala's going for this one. You know that. If it goes in, she's going for it. Second serve in the forehand of Eala. Backing up from Mboko. Eala forehand again to the back of Mboko. Eala. Forehand down the line in the net. Deuce. Man, what a physical game this is as well. These first two games. Such an important game. Deuce. As the backhand return goes in the front of Mboko. Eala forehand on the stretch. Mboko goes in the net. Another poor error. She yells at herself. Advantage Eala. To get the early break. Advantage Eala. As Mboko serves another fault. Second serve. Eala steps inside the baseline. Mboko double faults. There it is. There's the break. 2-love. Wait. Yes. 2-love. The double fault. There was 4 double faults in the game. But that's because Eala was putting on so much pressure on the second serve. And Mboko was like, that was a massive second serve. Like, she didn't need it that big. But she also did because otherwise Eala was going to hit a winner. So, Eala forcing Mboko to hit those double faults. All right. Long game. Probably the longest service game of the match. All right. Back to Eala. 2-love final set. Serve? Nope. Serving to the backhand of Mboko. Forehand now from Eala. Into the forehand of Mboko. Mboko on the net. That forehand from Mboko is broken down. It was broken down in the first set too. It wasn't working great. But the final set, she's definitely struggling to do anything with it. As Eala serves a fault, second serve. Kind of feel like Mboko needs to break back straight away. Because if she's down 3-love and having to serve again, the nerves of that last game, feels like she needs to get this break back quick. As Eala forehand goes out, it's 15-all. This match is quality. I know, right? 2 young players. Probably the 2 best. Would you say that these 2, and Joint as well, those 3 ladies are the 3 ladies that have like had the best, like the biggest breakout year, right? At least for the young players. Like newcomer of the year, these 3 are nominated. As with a forehand now from Eala, Mboko passing shot, Eala with a volley, Mboko's going to get it and hit it straight to Eala's volley. Then Mboko backhand lob, Eala puts away the volley. Good hustle from Eala at the net, 30-15. Her volleys have gotten so much better since the start of, like when we started watching her like in April and March. She was like, her volleys were not, like she was not as solid at the net as she has been the last couple of matches. 30-15. Jovic as well. True. Yeah, Jovic is probably in that conversation too, but I think that the difference is that I don't think Jovic has had a big win. Like a big, I mean, she won a tournament, yeah, but she hasn't had a big, she hasn't beaten anyone like significantly ranked, right? I'm pretty sure she's played some big names, but I don't think she's had any top wins. Whereas these 2 ladies have beaten top 10 players, right? I don't know if Joint's beaten anyone either. That's what sets these 2 apart, I think, at this stage, is who they've beaten. Is it a 4 now from Eala? That goes long. All right, 30-40. Mboko to get back on serve straight away. So yeah, Jovic's best win was against Noskova, who was 23 in the world. At the time, obviously way better now. But yeah, that's been her best win. Whereas Maya Joint's best win was against Towson, who was 12 in the world. So the difference between those two and these two is these two have beaten top 10 players, right? Consistently. Like they've beaten a couple of top 10 players each. As Mboko slice, Eala sliced down the line, and Mboko's got a chance to hit a passing shot. Eala volleys. Mboko passing shot lob. Eala backhand cross-court winner, though. Saves the break point deuce, and Mboko's pissed off at herself for that. Man, Mboko had a couple of chances in that point to win. But she just couldn't get the ball past Eala with the net, which is, again, so improved that the net is Eala. All right, deuce. Serve into the forehand of Mboko. Eala forehand to the backhand of Mboko into the forehand of Eala. But Eala hits a wide. Advantage Mboko. Boison beat Pegula and Andreeva. If I could, yeah, I mean Boison's probably in that conversation too. But the difference being that that's why we do like Rookie of the Year rather than just like Newcomer of the Year, because yeah, Newcomer of the Year is, or Most Improved. Most Improved, who would that be? Would that be Boison, maybe? Probably Anisimova, I would say, would be Most Improved. Personally, I think she wins it, right? But yeah, maybe Boison is like if you have five, you have, Jovic, Joint, Eala, and Mboko, Boison, they're the five newcomers of the year. I think Boison is like 23, I think, right? 24. But her Grand Slam run definitely puts her in the conversation. All right, advantage on Mboko as Eala forehand in the net, and there's the break back. All right, Valentova's scary as well. True, but Valentova's not. I don't think Valentova's in the same conversation yet. Valentova's been great. Had some good tournaments, but I don't think she's in the same level as these ladies yet. She's just behind them, I think. All right, we're back on serve. That was very important for Mboko. She had to break back straight away. And Anisimova is definitely one of the most improved players. Yeah, she has to be, right? She has to be most improved. Because 12 months ago, she was like just in the top 100, I think, maybe. All right. 2-1, final set. Comeback player of the year, Bencic, 100%. Has to be. Has to be, right? It has to be Bencic. For what she's done. 12 months ago, Bencic was playing challenges. I mean, that's how impressive she's been, I think 12 months ago, she was playing like an ITF event. Not even a challenger event. She was playing lower than challengers. Eala is more of an offensive type of player, right? I think she's a counterpuncher. I think she's a sort of a classic counterpunching type, where she can hit a winner, but she does like to. She can defend well. She's probably close to kind of like what Coco Gauff is, maybe without the big serve, but similar to Coco, I think. Or man, you know what? She's kind of like Pegula. I would say she's kind of like Pegula. That's probably the best comparison to out of the top 10 so far. I think Eala's kind of got that Pegula game. She can obviously go for winners and hit winners, but she can also defend really well and has decent serving. Pegula's not. You wouldn't put Pegula in the same category as Sabalenka or Anisimova. They're not big hitters, but Pegula is a good counterpuncher, and I think Eala would be similar to that at this stage, like that similar style as Mboko overhits it. Eala again just defending well, and Mboko making errors. Love 15. What are your thoughts on Alcaraz's early exit in recent match? I think we just put it down to a bad day. I think he just had a bad day against a very awkward opponent. As we got a fault from Mboko. Man, Mboko's serve is just not... Oh, that was a let, sorry. It's just not helping her yet. She needs her serve to start hitting the spots. She serves another fault, though. Second serve. Second serve. Serve to the front of Eala. Return is shanked, but it goes in to the front of Mboko. Eala forehand to the back of Mboko. Again, the front of Eala. Mboko backhand again to the front of Eala. Mboko backhand again into the front of Eala on the stretch. It goes down the line now. Mboko's in trouble. Eala backhand down the middle. Mboko gets back in the rally. Eala forehand cross court. Mboko goes down the line. Eala puts up a lob. Good defense again as Mboko forehand into the front of Eala. Hits a drop shot. Mboko comes in though and puts it away. 15-all. These rallies. Both Mboko and Eala need to improve their serves. Do you agree? I think Eala's serve's not that bad. I don't know where this Eala's serve needs to be changed comes from. Her serve is not her weapon. Mboko's serve, she relies on it a lot more. I don't think Eala needs a better serve. I mean, obviously it would help, but I don't think her serve is the reason why she's losing. She's not double faulting 20 times a match or anything like that. Mboko's serve, if it's not working, is going to really cause her to struggle, which we've seen in this match at times. As Mboko to slice the net. Oh no, 15-30. Chance for Eala to get the break again. 15-30. And then Mboko serves. And Eala's return goes wide. That's the serving that she needs. 30-all. Mboko needs those serves. All right. Mboko serves another fault. Second serve. Eala steps inside the baseline. And Mboko double faults. It's just a classic. Just a classic intimidating return stance. Especially when somebody's double faulting a lot. It's something that is definitely... It works. I mean, it's been working. That's the reason why Eala's been so good on returns in this in the last couple of games. Another fault. Mboko's if I don't get my first serve in, I lose the point. And she's just got to make Eala try and hit a return. Second serve goes to the back of front of Eala. Front from Mboko. That's a great shot. Eala gets it back though. It goes long. Deuce. Mboko survives. Another long game on the cards. By the way, Altmai's up 4-1 against FAA. Works at club level. Yeah, it works on all levels. It's a great strategy. If you know your opponent has a sketchy second serve or can produce double faults, it's definitely worth putting pressure on. Anyways, good return to Eala. As you get the forehand cross court. Mboko doing a lot of running. Lob goes up. In comes Eala with the forehand. Now Eala gets a smash. Puts it away. No. Yep. Advantage Eala. Advantage Eala. How many 2-hour games Eala has played? Good question. Have we played 2 hours yet? Have we? Almost, right? Pretty much. Let me have a look. Mboko's been the 3-set queen out of these two, especially in recent times. Eala over 2 hours. Yeah, she's played a lot of matches over 2 hours. As Mboko hits a great serve and combo. Yeah, so two of Eala's over 3 hours. She's won 2 matches over 3 hours. Yeah, she's won a lot of long matches. In fact, when the match goes over 2.5 hours, which you would say this would be, going over 2.5, she's only lost one match, and that was against Fruhvirtova in a challenger. So over 2.5 hours, Eala's won 5 out of 6. So that's a great record. So the longer this match goes on, Eala's not going to have a problem. There's no problem there. Mboko, when the match goes over 2.5, she's won all 3 matches, but she hasn't played too many long matches. The Raducanu match was the longest match she's played all year. As that goes in from Mboko, and then Eala puts away the forehand, we're back to deuce. But Mboko also, when the match has gone long, she's won 5 of her last 6. The match is over 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, yeah. Both these ladies, when the matches go long, do not wilt. So, I wouldn't expect either of these ladies to physically disappear. They both fight. All right, back to deuce. As Eala return the backhand of Mboko. Eala forehand on the stretch. Mboko backhand again. Eala just getting it back. Into the backhand of Mboko. With forehand from Eala. Again, the backhand of Mboko. And Mboko hits it long. Mboko is just not patient. She is overhitting because she just doesn't... She's scared, right? When she gets in a rally with her Eala, she's like, shit, I better do something. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the point. And then she overhits and panics. Advantage Eala. There's not much she can do, right? I mean, Eala's not making errors. So you got to try and do something. Good serve again. Return goes in. Backhand Mboko straight to Eala. As Mboko with a forehand down the line again. Eala's got it. Cross-court forehand to the backhand of Mboko. As Eala forehand again. Into the backhand of Mboko. Now Eala's backhand. Mboko gets it with a slice. Eala in control. Forehand cross-court. Inside out is a good shot. In comes Eala with the volley and puts it away. There it is. 3-1 break. Eala gets the break again. Again, once the rally starts, it's Eala. Mboko just doesn't know how to win the rallies. All right, Eala, 3-1. 3 breaks in this final set already. Over 2 hours played as well. And Eala's talking to the coaches, getting some help from the coaching staff. All right. 3-1. See each other again. The benefit of serving first. All right. 3-1. There's a bug on the court. I was just trying to shoo it away. Remember, the winner of this will take on Kalinskaya, who has played well so far this week. Back in from Eala into the forehand of Mboko. Eala forehand short to the back of Mboko. Again, the forehand of Eala is Mboko. Backhand down the line. Eala gets with the backhand cross-court. Mboko slice. As Eala forehand inside out. That's a good shot. Mboko slices again. Eala comes to the net with a slice. Mboko slice backhand wide. I'll tell you what, Mboko is just not... She's hitting the ball hard, but she's not. She's too scared to go for the lines. Like, she's hitting the ball really hard, but Eala's standing right there. And I don't know if she's got it in her to take the pace off and try and, move Eala around instead of just trying to hit the ball through her. Because she's really just trying to hit the ball like aggressive down the middle, and that's not going to work. As it a forehand from Eala into the forehand of Mboko. As Eala forehand again to the forehand of Eala. Mboko. As Eala forehand down the line again. Mboko in trouble. Eala backhand. Inside out, great shot. Up goes a lob, and then Eala comes in with a volley. 30 love. And again, Eala is just playing a smarter game. 30 love. $30 love. $30 love. As Eala serves the fault. Second serve. $30 love. Serving to the back from Mboko. Good return. Eala gets it. Mboko forehand on the line. Eala puts up a moon ball, which is a good defensive shot. Now backhand from Mboko into the front of Eala. Again to the back of Mboko. Eala forehand. Again to the back of Mboko. Goes down the line. Eala's going to get it. As Mboko backhand again. Into the front of Eala. Hits a drop shot. And Mboko can't get there. 40 love. Eala just can't miss. All right, 40 love. She cannot miss. $40 love. Eala to go to 4-1 final set. Why is Eala so strong against high-ranked players? Just nothing to lose. She just has nothing to lose, you know? And then the higher-ranked player gets nervous and kind of gets scared. All right, 40 love. As the return goes to front of Eala. Forehand from Eala goes long, 40-15. By the way, chat, we're almost 1,000 likes as well. Don't forget to like the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We watched so many Eala matches this year. So if you're a fan of Eala, also if you're a fan of Mboko, because I feel like next year we're going to be watching a lot more of her, because I don't see her ranking going down unless, injuries. But we're watching a lot more Mboko next year as well. So if you're an Mboko fan, definitely subscribe too. We're covering both these ladies as Mboko hits it wide. And Eala, 4-1 final set. She hangs on to that break. Biggest game of the match coming up next. All right. Eala up in the final set. All right. How we doing, chap? Following Eala from Sydney. Nice. Mboko fan. However, I am more of an Eala fan. Okay. I hope semifinals is Eala versus Fernandez. That'd be fun. Eala top 50 finish, looking good. Yeah. I think Mboko is going to be top 20 for a long time if she's healthy and can sustain her points. If Eala win, who will their opponent be? So the winner of this will play Kalinskaya tomorrow. Mboko have a chance to win. It's only one break, but the problem is that Mboko hasn't held serve. So she might be able to break back, but she has to hold. That's been her problem. She has to hold serve first. Okay. Here we go. Mboko serving. This is the most important game of the match for her. She has to hold serve. If she's any chance of staying in this match. Eala's playing tomorrow. From now on, there's no days off. Forehand goes in from Mboko, and then Eala hits a long 15 love. Hey, Nemo, thank you for the 25 months. Thanks for sticking around. 15 love. As a return goes in the net by Eala, and it's 30 love. Hey, thank you, Mark, for becoming a member as well. Welcome. By the way, if you want to be a member, it's only $1 a month. You don't have to be, but it supports the channel. If you want to support the channel, if you don't want to, that's okay too. There's no requirements. 32 months, Dutchy. Holy shit. Thank you, Dutchy, for the 32. All right, 40 love. And Mboko to hold. An ace. All right, Mboko, that's the best game she's played probably all match. It was over in like a minute. All right. Back to Eala. 4-2 Eala, final set. Watching from Frankfurt, Germany. Nice. Always remember Alex Eala is more deadly if she is against higher seeds. True. All right, serve down to the backhand of Mboko. Forehand from Eala is too good. 15 love. Looks like joint Eala final possible, right? Nah, it's probably Bencic in the final. She's been in the best form up the top draw. So it's probably going to be like Bencic in the final. I mean, Bencic, Fernandez have both been in good form. And they are the top 2 seeds. So they're the 2 favorites to make the final. There's a bit of fine winner there from Mboko. All right, 15-all. All right, 15-all. Serve again from Eala. There's a fault. Second serve. Chat, we're almost at 1,000 likes. Surely we can get to 1,000 likes by the end of this match. Serve. Into the forehand of Mboko. Good return. Eala with a slice down the line. Mboko backhand. Eala with a volley winner, though. Great volley again, 30-15. By the way, chat, and I'm not just saying this so you press the button, but I did notice that if you do click the like button on some of the videos on the channel, on the that a tennis ball animation comes up. I think it might be only on desktop, though. I don't know if anyone else knows. Let me know in the chat if you've clicked the like button. Does like a little tennis ball show up? As Mboko hits a return winner, it's 30-all. I see the tennis ball. Okay, cool. So it's not just I'm not just making it up. Yeah, and it's on phones too. So if you click the like button, it should show a tennis ball. Like a tennis ball kind of will fly. It will be there. That's kind of cool. How does it know that we're a tennis channel? I didn't tell YouTube that we're doing tennis. That's creepy. It does? Oh, nice. That's so sick. All right, 30-all. With a backhand return into the forehand of Eala. Backhand now from Mboko. Down the line of the backhand of Eala is Mboko backhand. Into the forehand of Eala. Mboko forehand cross court. Eala's going to get there with the backhand to the backhand of Mboko. Eala forehand. Mboko is going to get it with a forehand cross court. Eala backhand. As Mboko goes down the line, Eala's doing a lot of running now. Mboko in control. As Eala forehand again. Mboko backhand down the line. It's too good. And that is a break point, 30-40. Huge point. And a chance for Mboko to get back on serve. Great rally, though. All right. $30-40. Break point for Mboko. Serve into the forehand of Mboko. Return goes to the forehand of Eala. And Eala hits it out. We're back on serve. Man, this match, chat. This match. This match. Okay. Eala is still in the lead, though. 4-3. Serving first. We'll allow that. All right. 4-3. Now, the next game, Mboko did serve really well in the last game, but this is a lot more pressure on, or not maybe just as much pressure, but she did serve flawlessly in the last game. Let's see if she can get more first serves in. All right. This is kind of like the first set. There was like 3-love and then 3-0 and then 6-3. Eala was in control for the entire first set. And she's kind of been in control for the entire third set. But let's see. Whenever Alex plays your views up, yeah, a lot of her fans are into tennis, which we love to see. Welcome everybody who's new. But I also know there's a lot of people staying up late or waking up early to watch Mboko as well. All right, here we go. The most important game of the match for Mboko. And I said that last time, but this time it's even more important because she just broke. So momentum's on her side. She probably needs to win this game quickly and then put the pressure straight back on Eala at 4-all. If she is going to continue to win. Great serve down the tee. God, Mboko's serve is so good. What a great, just a great serve. 15-love. She'll be a top 10 server in the future. That'll be, the Mboko serve will be the shot that we talk about with her. That's her weapon of choice. All right, 15-love. First serve is a let. As Mboko serves again. A fault, second serve. Double fault. Oof. 15-0. And she serves again. Down the tee. Great serve. Return goes short. And then Mboko puts away the forehand winner. It's 30-15. And Mboko only loses if she double faults. Yeah, that's definitely... Well, that's the reason why she went down the break in the first place was the double faults. In that 2-1 game. So, as the return goes in from Eala, what a return! And Mboko gets it back though, and then Eala forehand, and Mboko somehow in the rally. As it backhand down the line from Eala to the back of Mboko, Eala forehand, again the back of Mboko. Eala forehand goes wide. I tell you what, that return was insane by Eala, but it didn't matter. 4-15. And Eala just didn't move her feet. You wonder if she's getting a little tired. It's been a long match. Nearly 2.5 hours. And it's more the conditions. Super humid out there. Both ladies shouldn't have a problem with that. But now it comes down to who can hold their nerve. 4-all, and we know, based on what happened in Canada, Mboko will not wilt at this. She doesn't wilt around this point. She knows how to clutch out these matches. Eala does as well. Eala's had some clutch, final sets as well. Here we go. 4-all. Momentum with Mboko, though, right now. Eala has to win this game. This is a must-win game. Steady the ship as she serves into the back of Mboko. Return goes back into Eala. Mboko, backhand. Down the line. Great shot winner from Mboko. And a big shout. Love 15. Chat, I mean, maybe I'm getting a little overexcited because this match is really, really fun. Mboko plays like she could be number one day. Like the way she's playing, the way she serves when she's and that backhand. I mean, Mboko could be number one day, right? Is it too soon? But what she could, right? She hits a backhand winner. Love 30. She plays such a scary game. I want to see her play this time. Next year will be I want to see her play Swiatek. I want to see her play Sabalenka. I want to see her play Coco again. I want to see her play, Raducanu, and I want to see her play Pegula. I want to see her play Paolini. I want to see her play that top 10 next year. Because if she plays like this, I don't want to play her. Like, if you're a top 10 player, you don't want to play her. Not if she's serving well and hitting like that. Love 30. As with a forehand from Mboko into the forehand of Eala. Mboko backhand. Again to the backhand of forehand of Eala, and then Mboko hits it wide. Eala hit the line, and she screams at the coaches. 15-30. By the way, to the people that are spamming, can you please stop? It's annoying. Copy and pasting the same essay is really not cool. Yeah, both players are fired up. 15-30. It's going to be a fun rivalry. Oh, yeah. Great serve, Eala. The return goes long. 30 all. Here we go. Such an important point. Such an important serve coming up here. 30 all. Can Eala hold her nerve on serve? Or can Eala make the return? I mean, that's probably just as important. Eala serves. A fault. Second serve. Huge pressures now on both players because Mboko, she's been making errors. Second serve into the back of Mboko. Return goes to the front of Eala. Mboko forehand. Goes to the back end of Eala. There's Mboko. Down the line. Again to the back end of Eala. Mboko with the forehand of the stretch in the net. Eala wanted the point more. 40-30. She went for it. Mboko played safe. 40-30. Mboko just didn't. I mean, she got pushed back after the second serve. But Mboko just couldn't get Eala running. 40-30. Eala to take back the lead. Serve. Into the back of Mboko. Return goes down the line for a winner. Okay. Deuce. What the hell? Where did that hit? It hit the baseline. That was crazy. It wasn't a bad first serve. All right, deuce. I mean, when the first serve comes back like that, that's scary. All right, serving the forehand of Mboko. Return goes back, forehand of Eala. Mboko backhand as Eala hits it down the line of the net. Advantage Mboko to take the lead and serve for this match. What a match, though. What a match. I know it's a 252nd round, but this is an important match. This is like 2004 Miami, Federer and Nadal before anybody knew what that was going to be. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe not. Advantage Mboko. It's like one of those early matches that we don't... I mean, it was like Paris, the one that we didn't watch with the Alcaraz and Sinner. Anyways, forehand goes down the line. Into the forehand of Mboko. Backhand from Eala. Again to the forehand of Mboko. She's in control of Mboko. Eala gets it back. Mboko backhand. Into the backhand of Eala. Now Mboko's in trouble. She slices it back. Eala forehand. Into the slice of Mboko. Eala comes in with a volley. Mboko, backhand pass. Eala volleys again, but Mboko's going to get it. And there's the break. What a rally to break. And Mboko shakes the fist. She's going to have to serve it out. Jeez, the quality of these rallies is insane. The highlight package of this, make sure you watch it, because there's been some great shots. Wasn't a bad point by Eala. Just Mboko hit a good enough pass, and Eala's volley wasn't enough. All right, Mboko. She will serve for this match. But she has been broken twice in this final set already, so don't think this is over. Mboko needs to serve well. Okay. But yeah, this is the first... This could be the next big rivalry, right? I mean, we saw Joint versus Eala, and we think that's going to be something special, right? Hopefully in the future for everybody. This could be the same, the first of many. The first of a top 10 rivalry that we see, in years to come. It has not disappointed. This has been a very good quality match. Very high quality match. All right, let's see if Mboko can finish it off, because there's no guarantee here. If she misses some first serves, we can get back on serve pretty quickly. Credit to both players. Yeah, this is a great match. (4-1 to 4-5). Yeah. I mean, look, Eala had a chance to hold there. She hit a kind of a bit of a slower serve when she had the advantage, and Mboko made her pay. But it was only one break of serve. You know, it wasn't like Eala was up, 4-1, triple break, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was only the one break. So it wasn't, maybe the 4-1 lead was a little misleading. It wasn't that big of a lead. It was only the one service game, or the one service break. All right, let's see if Mboko can finish the job. No, she hits it in the net on the forehand. Love 15. That was a nervous shot by Mboko. She's missed a few of those. Love 15. Winner plays Kalinskaya, who had a really easy match today. So she is loving this. As Mboko backhand down the line, Eala's going to get it. Mboko backhand cross court. Eala's going to get that as well. And hit it long. 15-0. $15-all. Eala's getting slow to react now. Yeah, it's been a physical match. As Mboko serves again. Out wide. What a serve. That serve is so good. It is such a good serve. It's not even like Raducanu's got the best serve in the world, right? But it's not like Raducanu's serve. It's more like, it's a little more punchy. Like, it's not got this big, take back. It's I don't know what it is. It's like more of a slap than the height of Raducanu helps her serve. Mboko doesn't have that same height, but she's got the power. Just trying to think of what her serve reminds me of. She hits that one long, 30-0. Yeah, it's not really like Pliškova's serve either. It's just like this. It's more. It just has such power. She hits it so flat. It's so big. It's a huge serve. Such a flat serve. Anyways, 30-0. Big point. Mboko serves. An ace down the tee. I mean, that. You know what it is? It is like Coco's serve when Coco's serving well. Because Coco can hit that hard as well. She hits massive serves too. Not as hard as Coco, though. She doesn't hit as hard, because Coco hits 200k. Match point Mboko, but what a great serve. Someone snoring in the background? Yeah, that happens. Anyways, forehand now from Mboko. Into the back of Eala. Mboko back into the stretch. Goes into the forward of Eala. Mboko doing a lot of running. As Eala, forehand inside out in the net. There it is. Mboko completes the comeback. 5 games in a row to do it. But chat, this rivalry is just going to get started. Eala and Mboko. This is the first of many. This is going to be a rivalry that we're going to be watching a lot on the top in the future. This is the first of many. And Mboko clutches it out, but the quality of that match, at least the shot making, was very impressive. Huge hitting by both ladies, and also, I mean, the Mboko serve came good in the end, because she was serving terrible at the start of the set. But it came good when she needed to, and reliable serve in the end, but man, great quality match. And that's Eala's last match of the year, but there's no shame in that loss. Losing that match that way, yeah, she lost 5 in a row, but Mboko was storming back. It's going to be a very fun rivalry to watch in the future. They've already played twice. They played at the US Open Juniors 3 years ago, and then this real one. This is the WTA real match. But it's going to be interesting how this plays out. Such a great style matchup too. There we go. Mboko gets the win. GG's. And Eala's season. By the way, Eala's season is not over. It's just the WTA season's over. She will be still be playing the Southeast Asia Games, which is happening in December. I'm pretty sure. I think she's playing. I'm sure she was playing. I love them. I love both of them. They're great friends. Yeah, it's such there's so many good young players coming through, and it's not like the WTA needs them, because the WTA is so good without the young players. But you think of like Andreeva's obviously just getting started, right? Jovic has done some damage. We've talked about joint, right? These two ladies, super fun to watch these two ladies play. We've watched them a few times, a lot over the last, kind of 3-6 months. And then you've got Valentova, who recently we've kind of watched a little bit of, and she's super aggressive and super intense. So she's fun to watch as well. I'm probably missing some players, but those players, like the WTA, the next generation is coming through. It's super dangerous. But like the top 10 are so good right now as well. So it's like we've got this amazing top 10 that's super competitive, as we'll find out next week. And then we've got this, next generation that are super competitive. WTA is in a great position. It's in a great spot right now. Because even if the top 10, some of the older top 10 players start to fade away, they're going to get replaced by these young players. So, for the players that are sort of pushing 30 or over 30, if they start dropping off, then you're going to have them get replaced by these players, right? These ladies are going to take over their spots. That's not a bad thing. If Keys and Pegula and those types are not, in the next few years, once they hit over 30, their level might drop. And then you put in Mboko in the top 10, and replace Keys with Mboko or something, it's still a damn good top 10, right? There's no it's not like the men's side right now where you've got two guys and then you've got like a couple of like older players in the middle, like sort of outside that top two. And then you've got like the younger guys, but Fonseca's just starting, so it's hard to, and Tien's just starting. They're doing some things, but they're not doing like what Mboko and Eala have done this year, right? By beating multiple top 10 players. Oh, they have kind of. Maybe they have. Maybe they are the that generation. Maybe they are. And Menchik is also in that conversation as well on the men's side. So maybe there is, but it doesn't feel like the same top 10 as the ladies right now. The ATP is probably like a year or two away from becoming a lot better. Right? This year it's been a bit more just like two dudes dominating and then they lose one match here or there, but most of the time they're losing to each other. All right. But what a match. What a great contest. And a great fight back. Now, Mboko's going to have to take on Kalinskaya tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes as well. We'll see what the schedule is like in Paris, because I'd probably rather watch Mboko versus Kalinskaya instead of whatever Paris throws at me. Unless Paris has Sinner, and then we'll watch Paris. I don't think Sinner's playing first thing in Paris, though. That would be a very big shock. Also, we might watch Maya Joint as well. If she plays Bencic. I feel like Hong Kong, even though I'm like, we shouldn't watch, we're going to watch Paris. I mean, Hong Kong's kind of awesome, though. It's kind of awesome. Like, we probably won't watch, like, Altmaier Vacheroy instead. I'd rather watch Mboko versus Kalinskaya. But we'll see. We'll see how the schedule looks tomorrow. WTA Dominate 2025. Oh yeah, WTA is so good. It's so good. Yeah. I don't think we've watched. It feels like we haven't watched too many bad WTA matches. Remember last year when we watched sort of like Coco take on Kostyuk, and those matches were like 3 hours long, and they were errors, and they were really hard to watch and really painful to get through. It doesn't feel like the women's side's had that this year. I can't remember a match that's been like painful to watch. On the men's side, there's been a lot of matches, unfortunately, that have been, hard to, like, they've been a real hard watch, because the matches are slow, or they're not as exciting, and then rallies aren't as exciting. But I don't feel like on the women's side there's been that many. I don't think on the women's side we've had too many like really hard watch. Yeah, maybe Gauff Zhang in Rome. That was pretty tough. But again, it's hard to find them, It's hard to find matches that have been like long, error-filled, matches. On the women's side, it feels like we're just having so many exciting clashes, you know. Speaking of Felix, he is losing at the moment. All right. By the way, if you are leaving, don't forget to subscribe on the way out. We will be back to watch Paris. We're going to go to Paris, watch some Paris tennis. Next year, Eala will win many titles next year. Mark my words. Yeah, she's definitely improving. I mean, today the biggest improvement from Eala today was her net game. She came to the net so much, and it didn't feel like she missed that bad, like that much, and that is huge. If she can add like that to her game, which she's trying, because that's why she is playing doubles to improve her net game. Yeah, she is. That just adds an extra dimension, which is going to be very scary to play. Do I have a stat here that shows net points won? Can I check that, or is it 2? No, I can't check it because we're in a 250 event. But yeah, Eala's second serve went down after the first set. You know, it slowly started to get weaker and weaker, and that's fair enough. I mean, Mboko started to play better on the returns. And Eala's, she double faulted twice in the last set. She didn't double fault at all in the match except for the last set. So Eala's, I would say that Eala's energy levels dropped, which caused her to slowly decline that serve. But yeah, I wouldn't say her serve was the reason she lost. I think the match length was the reason. It just, as she went along, fatigue set in and her serve became more vulnerable. Whereas on Mboko's serve, she was serving massive at the end of the match. Her serve didn't change. She double faulted a little bit more at the end, but her serve was fast from start to finish. She was not bothered on serve at the end. Her serve in the first, her serve at the start of the match got broken, but then she was serving bombs at the end. It's that was impressive. Eala is Emma 2.0, but at least Emma won a slam. You must be fun at parties. I will never understand why people just don't enjoy. Anti-fun. I never understand it. Coming in here and being oh well, Emma Eala's Raducanu without a slam, all hype. It's why did you watch it then? That's kind of weird, bro. You wasted 3 hours of your life for no reason. You could have done something productive, read a book or gone for a walk. Mboko better stamina? Yeah. She definitely showed that for sure. Will you go to Philippines if they host a WTA event? I just want to go to the Philippines in general. Not for tennis, just for fun. Congrats to Victoria Mboko. What a comeback win. Yeah, it was a great comeback. Especially at 4-1. She was looking shocking on serve. At 4-1, when she won that game, I think it was 40-15, she wins the game super easy. That was when things started to turn around. That was such an important game at 4-1. If she had had a struggle in that, if she had struggled to win that game, that would have been maybe a different story. But because she won that game so easily, I feel like that was the difference. That game set the tone for the comeback. And she needed to play, she was serving terrible to start she had that long game at 1-1 or 1-love, Great comeback win, even with the crowd against her. Yeah, I mean that's something that's been really impressive this year as well. With the Eala fans are just showing up everywhere. Doesn't matter what tournament. They're 250s, 125s, Grand Slams. I mean, the Philippines fans are just everywhere. Like, you guys are showing up everywhere. And I get it, like Hong Kong is closer, but like even in like some of the places we didn't expect, like Sao Paulo, it's like, what the hell? There's a whole bunch of people from the Philippines in Sao Paulo watching, and like you guys are everywhere. And you show up to the matches, you know? All right. The fact that Eala rose from 200 to 51, proud of her. We love her. Oh, yeah. I mean, she's had a great season. And Mboko's had a great season. You know, they both come from, you know, they both had breakout years for sure. It's been a huge for them. Poor mentality from Eala. She needs to get mentally stronger to finish matches. Yeah, I feel like that's just such a, like, that's such a basic analysis. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, if she's mentally stronger, she could win. She could probably win this match. I feel like that's such a simple answer. Like, it's so like a simple criticism. You need to give me some more depth. Instead of just saying, like, strong mentality to finish matches, that's what she needs. Okay, then, but, like, how? Because part of her mentality, if she loses matches like this, she's going to remember it the next time she's in this position, which is going to be bad for her mental anyway. So just saying, like, she needs a stronger mentality. Okay, how does she work on that, though? You need to give me some... That's just such a... You got to be more... Come on. You got to give us more... more than just, like, strong mentality equals wins. Like, okay, what in particular? Because I think the reason why she lost this wasn't poor mentality. I feel like it was more momentum against her, but also fatigue. I feel like at the end, as she was starting to, you know, fatigue, her serve wasn't as aggressive and it wasn't as helpful. And Mboko, like I said, at that 4-1 game, I think that was more a slight fatigue from Eala as the match wore on. And the momentum shift. And maybe in the back of her head thinking, oh, damn it, I've been in this position before where I was winning and then I lost. Maybe a little bit of that. But I think it was more Mboko's momentum, you know? I wouldn't say she was tired. Like, I don't think it was like, oh, well, she was tired and that's why she lost. I feel like it was, again, Mboko deserves all the credit for the win. We shouldn't be saying that Mboko, that Eala, I can't believe she lost it. It's like, no, Mboko fought her ass off to get back. You know? But yeah, just saying like poor mentality. It's like, well, okay, give us some more than, you know, that's such an easy answer. Like, you can say that about a lot of players. Just be like, oh yeah, they lost this match because of this. Okay, well, it's a very, very simple answer. Or at least give us a solution. Like, okay, well, if that's the reason, then how does she not do that? Because when she lost to Minen, she beat Minen and Carver 7-5 in the third of both of those matches. So, I mean, poor mentality. I mean, she won those matches. She lost to Golubic having match points and lost in a tiebreak. And then she lost this match close in the end. But again, like, I mean, again, I don't think it's like a simple, like, oh, well, that's the reason why she lost. No. And Mboko was a freight train in the last 5 games? Yeah. And like, again, go watch that 4-1 game where she's down 1-4 on Mboko. Because she had 2 crazy... Like, she got broken at one love and she was... Like, it was a 20-minute game. And then she got broken again. So, like, Mboko at 1-4, having been broken twice, having to hold to at least stay close, and then to come out there and just, like, blitz, have the best game of the day, like, that was huge. Like that, whatever she was telling herself at 4-1 at the change of ends in Mboko, for that 90 seconds, whatever pep talk she gave herself totally worked. Because she came out and just went like, 1 minute service game, bang, best game I've played all day after 2 terrible service games. And then by then it was like, now I'm going crazy. And then there was also a chance for Eala. Remember, she had a serve at game point at 4-all, and it was a little bit of a slow middle of the road serve. And Mboko smacked the backhand winner down the line. And that was such a big moment as well. Eala just went a little safe on that serve, and Mboko ripped it for a winner. And then it was deuce, and then it was break, and then it was, serving for the match. Like, keep her cool and confident under last points of match, because this is not the first time this has happened to her. Yeah, I get that, but again, you've got, like... I feel like in this particular match, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Like, okay, Eala was up 4-1 and she lost. Oh, man. And people are going to talk about that more, which is such a shame because it's only half the story. And, like, people are going to shout that from the rooftops because people that don't like Eala for whatever reason are going to be like, see, she choked, right? And people like to use that word, right? They like to use the word choke, blah, 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 blah. So you're going to hear that because those voices are the loudest, because the people that don't like her are going to scream. But if you watch the match, you can tell that it was, yeah, okay, that happened. She lost from 4-1 up. But on Mboko winning 5 in a row, and the way she, like, went after it, again, watch the first 5 games and then watch the second 5 games. Mboko the first 5 games was not the same player as the second 5 games. Second 5 games, she came out and was like, all right, I'm coming back. And she came out totally different at 4-1 down. And maybe Eala wasn't ready for that. Eala might have been a little bit surprised that, oh shit, she hasn't given up. She's, kind of like Eala against Towson at the US Open, right? When Eala was down 5-1 and came back to win. And Towson, by the time it got to 5-0, she was like, what the hell is going on? Similar thing happened, right? Eala was playing one player in the first 5 games, and then after that, Mboko came out as a totally different player, and it was like, what? And by the time it got to 4-0, it was too late, So yeah, credit needs to go to Mboko here, because she didn't, like, Eala didn't double fault 70 times to lose. It was it was the returning and the serving of Mboko that clutched it. But again, depends on what do you want to hear? Eala fun to watch, it exciting. Oh yeah. I mean, both these ladies. Like, Mboko's serve is, without the double faults, one of the best in the world. Like, that serve is so scary. That is such a scary serve. Like, the massive serve. Just a massive... The serves out wide from Mboko, huge. Huge serves. It's going to be one of the scariest weapons in the WTA going forward. Eala needs to change coach? No. What? Why? Okay, let's put it into context of everybody's normal life, right? You go to work, you start a new job at the start of the year, or you've been at a company for 3 years, and you start at the start of the year, and you've got goals and aspirations. And let's say one of your goals at work, whatever you do, is to improve the company and make the company more money. Then you get to the end of the year, and you've done that. You've reached your goals. But you didn't, maybe at the end of the year, you made a couple of errors at the end of the year. You made a couple of mistakes, or maybe you just didn't perform as well as you did at other parts of the year. Should you get fired? Should you be fired for making things, for ending the year better than you started? Because why would the coach get fired or get changed? Because Eala's in the top 50. She was not, like, she's been grinding for 3 years before that. Like, why would the coach get, she didn't go backwards. She got better. She was consistently good. Like, she's making multiple quarterfinals and having 3-set losses are not bad. She's not getting smoked. Why would the coach need to be changed? Why would he need to get a new job? Like, he's done a great job. Why would she need to change her team? Bring someone in, maybe to help with whatever. But why would she change her team? She's winning. She's playing well. Like, why change it? Needs to change her strategy, tactics. Why? Why? What do you mean? Why would she need to do that? She's doing well. Why would she change the winning formula? That's crazy. Why change coach? Yeah, I don't know. Now if she let's say we get to the clay court next year and Eala's ranking drops. Okay, depends on how far. But if let's say her ranking drops to like 80, all right, well, then we can have a conversation about like what's going on. But her ranking's gone from like 200 to 50, and she lost to like a player who's also gone from like 300 to 20. Right? Why would you get rid of the coach? I mean, why would you do that? I don't feel like she's hit her ceiling. I don't feel like she's plateaued. Right? I mean, Eala's playing great. She's played great. She's been maybe a little bit, a little bit of, like that guy was saying, mental toughness, maybe. I mean, but the coach can't. The coach is can't go out there and win the match for her. So, but again, I think that mental toughness thing, it's only been like when she loses that comes up. When she wins, nobody talks about it. I mean, what about the mental toughness from 5-1 down at the US Open? No one mentions that. So, but I don't think Eala needs a new coach. I mean, that would be such a rough deal. It's like, oh, by the way, I've really helped you. And she's just like, yeah, bye-bye. If she goes backwards next year, at the start of next year, then yeah. Then maybe have a conversation, or maybe we can be like, maybe she needs to upgrade the coach, or maybe she needs to change direction or something. But why would she do that? Why would you mess with a winning formula? Why change the coach? It was 141 to 51 in the world? Yeah. But what would so that guy that said change coach, what does she need to have in the coach then? What coach does she need? Who does she need? What does she need help with? Like why, like what coach, what does she need in a coach if you think the coach she has now doesn't provide that? Like, right, again, kind of like the guy that was just saying like, mental toughness, like change coach. Okay, but why and what for? Like what to? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like another blanket statement. Oh, change coach, mental toughness, like stronger mentality. It's like, okay, well, what coach does she need to fix what part of her game? And if you're going to say she needs a new coach to help her mental toughness, coaches aren't going to help the mental toughness all the time. They can't do. Most coaches are going to tell players how to deal with these situations, but the player has to do it. And again, I think that's just a bit of a blanket. I just think it's only when she loses that this gets brought up anyway. Give it some time. Yeah, again, Eala shouldn't change a thing. If anything, next year she needs to change her schedule. Like she might have just maybe played a little bit too much at the end of the year, but again, now she has time off to get ready for next year. I think next year, her schedule will probably not have... She won't be playing every week. I think she'll be playing more of the top player, like top tour matches, and she won't be playing, challenges as much. I think that'll be something they probably change next year, but I don't think she needs to change her game. Like her game is... like she was playing such good tennis today. Mboko just got that momentum at the end and just caught fire right when she needed to. And served her way to victory. But I don't think Eala needs to change her game that much. Eala's rank is quite maintained is because she always joined tournaments, not because of winning. What do you mean? She's she's number 51 in the world. I mean, her ranking's been going up and up and up. Like I don't think she had a massive slide backwards. Maybe one week her ranking dropped like 5 spots, but I don't think her rankings just been going up and up and up over the months. So again, I don't know why, like if that makes any sense. Schedule change could be a positive for her. Yeah, I think not playing every week and not playing, like obviously playing those challenger events has been great because it's been able to give her confidence and wins. But I think next year the challenge will be, okay, well, if I'm going to be in, because the only way she's going to be able to go further is she's got to get more points, right? And the only way you get more points is either by winning small events or winning matches in bigger events, right? So I think if she's, like for Eala for next year, if you're playing challenger events, that's not going to help your ranking as much when you're in the 50, right? Top 50, yeah, okay, it helps with confidence, it helps with all that. I think she should use them as a backup, right? If she does lose a couple matches on the main, play challenges, right? Play a challenger for confidence, play a challenger for match wins. Don't play challenges, as many challenges for ranking. She's better off playing a 500 event or a 1,000 event, right? Trying to make the third round of that than trying to win a challenger, because the points are what helps your ranking, right? If you don't get points, your ranking doesn't change. So and I know it's not as easy because she's going to have to play harder players in those events, but that's the point. Because you're not going to get in the top 50 or the top 30 if you don't play the top 50 or 30 and you don't beat them, right? So I think for next year for her, I think using challenges as a backup is definitely the play. Like only playing in challenges if she needs confidence. Don't play them because they're easier, right? Or whatever. I think she needs to 250s, 500s. Like she needs to stack the schedule with those. And then obviously play all the 1000s, all the Grand Slams. Because that's another thing, right? I mean, a lot of people don't know that she only has won one Grand Slam match. She lost first round of Roland Garros because she first main draw for a Grand Slam. She lost first round of Wimbledon to the defending champion on center court on day one. I mean, that was ridiculous, right? I mean, day two, crazy pressure there. You put her on an outside court against a qualifier, maybe she wins, right? You put her against Krejcikova, who's coming off winning it last year. I mean, good luck. And then, of course, she beat Towson at the US Open, which was a scary first round anyway, but she got the win. So if she'll hopefully get to play the Grand Slams for main draw all next year, and she hopefully won't have to play a clay courter in France like she did this year, or the defending champion at Wimbledon, or a great hardcourt player like Towson. She'll hopefully get an easier draw, in the Grand Slams, because if you win those matches, then she makes a third round. That's a lot of points for her. That'll help. The 1000s will obviously be a big deal as well. But anyone who's going to be criticizing Eala at this point of the year, and you can't look me in the eye and say Eala's year has been bad. Because that's just false. She's had a great year. And it's been a great year outside of Miami. Miami wasn't the only highlight. It wasn't Miami and then she did nothing. No, she's been very consistent. Quarterfinals, and semifinals of 125s. But next year is okay, now you've got to make quarterfinals of 250s. Now you've got to make quarterfinals of 500s. Because that's the only way she's going to get into that top 30 or top 20. You're a tennis stink bug on the court. So you obviously listened to what I was saying. I go on this TED Talk about breaking down Eala and her season and what she needs to do next. And that's what you have to reply. That's really fun. That's great. See, we've got a very intelligent conversation going on. But hey, I read it out, so you can go tell your mum. Yeah, you read my message. This year was a good learning curve for her. Oh, for sure. For sure. And it's only positive from here. Cam, what do you think is realistic goals for Mboko next season? God, I reckon next year from Mboko, sky's the limit. I mean, and I'm not basing it off today. I'm basing it off the last couple of weeks or a couple of months. Mboko, she's been incredible this year. She was incredible when nobody was paying attention at the start of the year. Super incredible. And then, of course, won Canada, which was the highlight. But, yeah, Mboko, I mean, if she's fit, no one wants to play her. Everyone should be scared of her. She's got a crazy good serve. She's got massive ground strokes off both wings. Super scary. The top 10 should fear Mboko. She will beat somebody in the first couple of months of the season next year. Somebody big, right? She's already done that. She's already beaten big top 10 players, but she'll do it again. Start of next year, if she's healthy, she could take down a top 10 player at the Australian Open, and really everyone will go, oh shit, well, here she is, she could play, she'll be probably in a third round against a top 10 player, maybe at the earliest, But she could, like, imagine if she went to the Australian Open, she took out Keys or something, or took out, Coco or took out Anisimova even, I could see that happening. Maybe not those players in particular, but like she could take out one of those top 10 players in Australia. I mean, her game on the fast courts would be, that serve in Australia, that's not gonna come back. So yeah, I think next year, if you're an Mboko fan, dream big. Like she seems, if she's healthy, she seems to got all the game to do something incredible. Again, winning that 1,000 was incredible. So I definitely, if you're an Mboko fan, I would be dreaming big. I'm tempted to put her in the top 10 next year on my rankings next year, but I'll have to wait and see. I'd love to, though. Maybe put her at number 10. Let's wait for next year. She's going to surprise the WTA. Yeah, I think people she's on the radar, right? I don't think I'm saying anything that's like, I'm not saying anything that like is a shock, and like I'm not saying anything bold, because I think a lot of people probably expect Mboko to take down some big names, and she's going to be a problem. But I reckon Mboko could probably reach top 10 next year if she stays healthy, because like I said today, like the serving. That serve, and if she limits the double faults, I think the double faults are definitely could be an issue. So if she can stay healthy and then like trying to reduce those double faults, watch out. Mboko will be fire if she starts going to the net more. Yeah, I think that's another thing that like she does lack a little bit of variety. And I was mentioning that in this match, there was times there where she was hitting the ball really hard, but it was down the middle and it was too safe. And then when she was going for shots that were a little bit too close to the line, she was missing. So, she's got to find that like, okay, when my ground strokes aren't working and I'm not hitting, my big shots aren't working, she needs to figure out that like medium speed where she can go for, precision over power or slice it up or come to the net. She doesn't have that variety. Yet. And that's just, some players that are like powerful young players, they do, that's what they do. They hit the ball hard, and if it doesn't work, they hit it harder, right? And then it doesn't work. So, but she's got that serve, and that serve is incredible. So yeah, I would be, Mboko should be, everybody should have Mboko on their list going into next year as somebody who could go on and, do what Andreeva did this year, right? She could be next year's Andreeva. And last year's Zhang, right? Last year it was Zhang who did the incredible things, and we were saying, hey, Zhang's going to go on to do stuff. And then last year, that's what Zhang did. Won the gold medal at the Olympics, Australian Open final. And then this year it was Andreeva. Last year we were all saying Andreeva's going to do something next year, and she did that, right? I think Mboko might be that player next year. Like, she's the player that I think could have that top 10 debut, breakout, even more of a breakout season, But it's just about her serve and maybe a little bit of more patience in rallies. But I'm a fan. I'm obviously a fan of both of these two players. Obviously, I'm just scared because I'm obviously a fan of Maya Join as well, and she's going to have to play these two ladies. Now, Shelton and Rublev have already started. That's 1-1 in their first match. I'm going to go watch that while I eat because I haven't had any food for a while. But we're going to be back to watch Sinner. Jannik Sinner take on Fran Cerundolo, which is fun. When is that coming on? Is that coming on? It's coming on in about 5 hours. Fritz Bublik's coming on too. Okay, so we might stay tuned though, because we might watch Fritz Bublik. Actually, no, Fritz Bublik's coming on too quickly. We won't watch that. FAA is going to a third, by the way. We're not going to watch Demon or we're not watching Medi. I mean, Fritz Bublik, we might watch that. But at this point, we're not watching that. Fritz Bublik is an important match. True. So is Shelton Rublev. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's supposed to start in an hour, but we might watch that. But it will be a surprise. It'll be a surprise. But I'll send you over to Francisco Cerundolo taking on Jannik Sinner, because we are going to watch that. That's a lock. We're definitely watching that one. So jump on over here, and I will be back either in an hour or in 4 hours. But Mboko wins, comes back from a set down, and clutches it out from 4-1 down in the final set. And she is now into the quarterfinals to take on Kalinskaya tomorrow. Very fun matchup, which we probably will watch tomorrow if the schedule for Paris allows it. But good win. Eala's season at the end. Well, it's almost over. I mean, her WTA season's over, unless she plays challenges. But she also has, I think, a tournament. She might play challenges. I don't even know. But Mboko's through. We're going to Paris.